Hello and welcome to the 2015 College Poker National Championship. My name is Paul Hernandez along with Tom Schneider. Today's the day these kids have been waiting for a long time. This is our second season. They've been playing for the last 6 months to get to this final table. And we're down to the pristine, the best final 9 in the country. We're really excited to get these kids going. Let's get them going. Let's just get you right into it and let's get them introduced. Entering his first table in 9th place and currently ranked 61st in the College Poker Tour. All the way from Detroit, Michigan, a warm welcome for Roberto Gochicoa. In seat number 2 with a chip count of 22,700, entering her final table in 8th place and currently ranked 3rd on the CPT. She is a business major from Adams State University, making her 2nd consecutive final table. All the way from Alamosa, Colorado, a warm grizzly welcome for Maria Rubio. All right, Maria. Introducing in seat number 3, we have a chip count of 45,800. Entering his final table in 7th place and currently ranked 46th on the CPT. He's a senior and an environmental science major representing Binghamton University. Sorry about that. Hailing from New York, a warm Bearcat welcome for Jason Hoffmeier.
Binghamton.
I think it's Binghamton. Sorry.
I think it is.
Whoever's from out there, I apologize. All right, introducing in seat number 4 with a chip count of 46,900. Entering his final table at 6th place and currently ranked 21st on CPT Tour. A recent graduate and finance major representing Miami University from Youngstown, Ohio. A warm Red Hawk welcome for Anuj Quattra. I love it.
Thank you.
There we go. Introducing in seat number 5 with a chip count of 55,300. Entering his final table in 5th position and currently ranked 42nd on the CPT Tour. A junior from
Binghamton.
There it is.
There
all the
go.
way from North Woodmire, New York. A warm Bearcat welcome for Benjamin Breban. All right, introducing in seat number 6 with a chip count 56,000. Entering his final table in 4th position and currently ranked 20th in the CPT Tour. A recent graduate majoring in business management and representing the University of Idaho. All the way from St. Maries, Idaho, a warm Vandal welcome for Dan Masterson. Don't call me Danny from the 70 Show. Okay. Introducing in seat number 7 with a chip count of 57,600, entering a final table in 3rd place and currently ranked 6th on the CPT Tour. A junior industrial management major representing Purdue University, originally from New Delhi. A warm Boilermaker welcome for Ajit Sapra. Introducing in seat number 8 with a chip count of 82,100, entering his final table in 2nd place and currently ranked 8th on the CPT Tour. A recent graduate industrial engineering major representing Florida State University, hailing from Atlanta, Georgia. A warm Seminole welcome to John Krupilis. And finally, seat number 9 with the chip count of 143,300. You heard me right, 143,300. Entering final table in 1st place and currently ranked 7th in the CPT Tour. In his senior year, representing Florida State from Atlanta, Georgia, a warm Seminole welcome for Emil Aceto. All right, well, there you go. There's our top 9. Those are the best kids from across the country coming to play. Let's get ready to go.
Let's get the cards in the air.
We get cards in the air. We've got a great dealer, Kelly, ready to go. Let's get it. Let's get to the table, guys.
And if you're watching this via Twitch or you're following us on Twitter, send some questions to me. Make fun of me. Do anything you can. I'd like to hear from you.
That'd be great. So while they're getting ready, guys, I just want to be able to explain to you, we do have the opportunity for those watching on Twitch. We do have one of the best pros in the world and future Hall of Famer with us, obviously. So what I want to do is be able for you guys to interact with Tom as much as you possibly can, have questions. You know, he knows the way. I mean, I do have my 1 World Series cash, by the way, but I can't really compare to this guy and his stats. I don't know. How many cashes in the last 8 years?
Cashes?
Now, how many bracelets in the last 8 years?
4.
4 bracelets in that last 8 years. So definitely want to bring those questions out to him. But here we go. Let's get to the table. So another thing, guys. This is the first time we're going live, so bear with us on some things at the beginning here. We are going to try to make sure that we keep you in the action as much as we possibly can. Obviously, you can see everything on the screen, and we will follow along with you and try to analyze this the best we can. And Tom, just chime in anytime.
Okay. There's a lot of moving parts on this.
There's a lot of moving parts here. We got Ajit. Recall.
2 folds and 3 folds. Thank you.
So it looks like our very first hand of the night is going to go to John.
I think I might have to move up a little bit.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Is this taped down or something? It's taped down.
Last year was at our final table. She actually... One more time. All right, here we go to hand number 2.
What are our blinds right now? I can't.
We're starting at 500, 1,000 blinds.
500, 1,000. Okay.
500, 1,000 blinds.
That's what happens when you get an old guy to help you announce. You can't see the TV.
5 calls.
It's interesting. We see all the cards at the same time.
We got Ace Queen for Maria, so Maria's definitely leading out.
8
I understand Maria's quite aggressive,
9
so
calls.
and I think people know that about her.
They do.
8 folds, 9 calls.
We have 2 ace queens here.
So we got Ajit, we got Maria,
1 raises, 2.
and we've got a pocket pair of tens.
4,500
Be a big
total.
hand.
Yes. 2 folds. 5.
Oh, we have a
3
pocket pair of
calls.
eights also with Ben. This
So
could be
Ajit raised to
Four
Ajit
calls.
raised.
5 goes all in.
So Maria is all in. Maria's all in, and she's one of the shorter chip stacks, so this is a great move for her to do.
I like
face
that
away.
play.
Trying to isolate. She's going to get a call. So we got obviously the ace queens calling. What'll be interesting is what Ben does. Ben's got to know with this many hands in there that his eights.
Ben is
his
going
eights
to fold, I believe. I can't see this. His stack is 49-8. He's not going to commit at all right now, I'm sure.
Of course, the chip leader wakes up with pocket tens against
Right.
2 ace queens, so he's actually in the
He's
lead.
probably going to give it a call since he's got 139,000. It's only about 18,000 a call.
Wow, right out of the gate, you guys. What's this, a third hand, and we've got this huge hand.
I think we'll see Emil call, I believe.
3 folds.
36. That's a good fold by Ben.
36,000.
He's going to pretty much have to call, I think.
Yeah, she's counting them out. Here's the call, I think. There it is.
Yep.
Here we go. We got our first
4
showdown.
calls.
Our chip leader Emil and Maria Rubio to the showdown.
Maria's in a little trouble. Already ace queen out. She has really 4 outs. In order to make a straight, she needs to hit a 10. That was a
So
fast.
Emil hit a set on the flop, and then there was a 9 of diamonds and a 2 of clubs. So he flopped a set of
He
deads.
flopped a set.
I mean, she was behind anyway, but he just kind of improved himself. So the chip leader
To do.
gets much healthier. But at least we have our first victim, Maria. Who, man, I was hoping Maria stayed a little bit longer because of her story. Her story's fantastic.
I think Maria would like to stay a little bit longer
And
too.
her story's fantastic. Let's get to her exit interview, right? So Maria's going to be coming out. Would love to talk to her.
Yeah, I might.
It's unfortunate, you know, you get all your chips in, and that's about the best she can do right there
There's
with an ace queen.
You kind of do
Isaiah, Well, last year we had Isaiah.
So small
This year
one.
we have Maria. Kind of both went out early. And now we're gonna go meet Maria and get a little interview in.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about the hand that knocked you out, girl.
Well, I had ace, queen, and a few of the players were trying to go over the top, so I thought I'd just go all in and maybe they'd fold, but big chip leader had pocket 10, so he called. It was a good call.
Yeah.
And he took me out.
Well, you made it to the final 9, and there's definitely something to be said for that. That's pretty amazing in itself, so good job, girl. You were the only female at the table. Did that factor into your play at all?
No, not really. I didn't get much of a chance to play, so not really.
Well, still, you go, girl. I think you're pretty awesome. This was your second final table, actually, but unfortunately you couldn't make it last year because I think you were feeling sick or something, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Did that serve as motivation for you to do it this year?
Yes, I really did want to come and try my hardest and play the best hands I could play. I played one good hand, I guess. It's the best I had. It was all right. It wasn't too bad.
No, we still think you're awesome. We love you, Maria. Did you want to give a shout out to anybody back home? Girl?
Yeah. Hi, kids. I love you guys. Mwah. See you guys when I get home.
All right. Thank you so much, Maria. Great job.
Thanks.
Back to you guys.
Well, there you have it. Maria is definitely one of the bigger personalities on the college poker tour. She's been around a few years. Everybody knows her. Everyone loves her. It's too bad she's out first, but she's, again, back-to-back final tables. That's fantastic.
One fold. Two folded.
No, they paused.
So we have a
Three folded. Four called.
Emil's call with the king 5 off.
I think we're going to see
Small
Emil
blind.
play a lot of hands.
So on the flop, so we've got a king 5 off, an ace 8 off. We got a suited king 9. When the flop comes, 2 of hearts, 3 of diamonds, and a jack of spades.
Four checks. Six checks.
I think we're going to see a lot of checking.
You know, you would think that they would play position, especially with this chip stack.
Right.
But you're 100% right. There we go. Got a bet.
Four folds.
I like that bet.
Yep, great bet.
Well done.
Nice hand from Jason and Florsley. Actually,
Yeah.
I actually played with these kids the other night. These guys are really good players. Definitely an eclectic group. You have definitely some that are going to be really tight aggressive, which I think Jason is kind of right in the middle of the road. Maria was really aggressive, but she also had the hand.
That was the kind of flop, though, I think I would have liked to have Emil bet because it looked like the kind of hand that he would limp with. And he would have taken the pot.
Right there.
Well, once we both have a lot, we can both put it there. And we can combine, right? You just want to combine and split it?
So what's been fun also is watching the kids adjust to the fact it's the first time on TV for them.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, the table's computerized, and so you have to have your chips inserted, you have to have your table, you know, you have to have your cards in a certain place. And they're so used to probably with computers,
Right.
just with the mouse and the
Right,
this and that, so
exactly.
it's been really, it's kind of fun to watch them adjust.
It's fun to watch him play with pasteboards.
Two folds.
You ever heard that term?
No, pasteboard?
Yeah, that's what a card used to be called.
Three
Oh, really?
raises to a total of 3,500.
So we've got a raise to 3,500.
Five folds
Then
and six folds.
3,000 to go.
Well done, Ben. I like it.
That's probably most of our. Another one.
Well done, Ben.
So there's our chip count right there for you guys. That'll be coming flashing off and on.
You know, in a tournament where you have to win in order to win anything, it's fun to see how the dynamics will change as opposed to just trying to move up the money, because I think some people will get maybe way too aggressive trying to pick up all the chips, and I'm not so sure that's a great strategy. I like hanging in there a little bit to see what happens.
Yeah, kind of like let them knock each other out a little
Yeah,
bit
it's-
somewhere.
yeah, and then accumulate chips when you can.
You know, but at the end of the day, you're gonna have to double up through that chip leader. He's got such enormous.
Don't
lead.
panic, man. It's still early.
Three
That-
folds.
Let's not forget, we've got a $10,000 scholarship to the winner this year. It's an amazing time for us here.
Four folds. Six bets, 2,500 total.
You can hear Kelly in the background. She is calling it out for us as well.
Right.
Seven folds.
Oh, I like that. A raise. I like
8
that.
calls.
There's suited connector, raised, representing something big, and if she hits the suited connector, it's even better, right? Could be right, could be wrong. So the flop comes 6 of spades, queen of hearts, and an 8 of clubs.
Yes. 9.
So definitely got a
Anuj should feel like he's got the best hand here.
6 bets, 3,000.
AJ. I'm going to call him AJ.
I think he actually does go by AJ.
Yeah. He. Did you say she? I have bad hearing too. Bad eyesight and bad hearing. You guys need to get somebody better.
3,000 is a really good bet, 3,000 calls. John may think he's okay right here.
He might give it a call.
He might call to slow him down, right?
Oh, or raise. I like
here.
that.
Interesting. Oh, AJ folds. That's a great
Wow.
play by John.
Well done, John.
John is definitely, he definitely is deep in thought. He's got the sunglasses. He's got the whole hoodie thing
Right.
going. His parents actually flew down to support him too.
Oh,
and
cool.
His girlfriend. They're a great
Nice.
family. So
Well, it's not a
Oh,
bad
I see
place to
that stuff.
come during the winter time. What is it? It's chilly out. It's about 75 today.
yeah, I think half the crew has sandals on at this point.
Some of the people have beers in their hand too while they're watching this.
I'll tell you what, it is definitely a relaxed atmosphere here. Last year was fantastic too. We had the big mansion and all the kids having a great time. All the parents and all the friends. It's just a big party. We had a DJ. We had Carly Page.
A little celebration of college life, I think.
Absolutely.
3 folds.
So let's get back to action. We have pocket nines with AJ.
Yep. AJ's probably going to get a little resistance from John, and that's about it, probably.
Total.
Goes the button. AJ, 1,000 to call. Pocket nines. He raises the 3K.
Nice raise.
9 folds.
Snap call by John. Here we go with
Right.
AJ and John again.
I like it.
Sometimes you get in that rhythm where you have two people pretty much going at it all
Yeah,
the time.
yep.
I've seen you on
Oh, come on.
Poker Night in America go through the same thing, which is
Correct. 8 checks.
flop comes 8 of clubs, ace of clubs, and a 6 of clubs.
Right.
6.
So not only he's got it paired up 9, he's got the 9 of clubs.
And 8 folded.
I think John's got to let it go here. There you go. Nice.
Especially after doing that last move with raising and bluffing.
Yeah.
So it's, you don't want to get in too big of a rhythm again.
Well, with 3 clubs out there, it's
No brainer.
yeah. I don't know. It seems like too easy for your opponent to hit something and call.
John is second now. We've got the chip leader. We've got John quickly moved up to second.
How much fun would it be to be a college kid? How much fun would it be, Paul, to be a college kid? I can't
It would
even
be
talk
great to be
anymore.
a polished kid.
Oh, coming out to Phoenix, Arizona,
It-
playing a
it's-
little poker.
So many things have changed throughout the course of almost every sport. But of course, in college, we all played. You know, we all played college. And can you imagine having this opportunity? No way.
Oh, man. I'd probably quit school if I had this opportunity.
You know, but again, with the ESPN, the World Series of Poker, and the popularity of poker, which it wasn't when I was in college a long
Right.
time ago.
You were a scoundrel back then. if you played
Absolutely. Just a
poker.
little baseball kid.
9 folds.
Nice, I like that.
1 fold.
Dan puts in a raise.
I just can't shake the Dan Masterson to that 70 show thing. It's just, it sticks with me. He said he gets it every day.
So we get Roberto and Amij, Shlamil Shlamazel, something like that. We've got those two with fairly short stacks. We're playing what, 500 and 1,000.
500,000 blinds or 30-minute blinds.
So they have 18 big blinds. Their move, if they're going to play a hand, should be to move all in.
Like you think, is it kind of like any ace, any pair kind of theory?
I kind of think of it. It
Make
depends.
them make a decision.
It depends on position, but certainly I probably would. I don't know about any ace early, but any ace mid position I'm pushing.
Because they have just enough chips to make them make a decision.
Right.
You know, it's not snap call because I got you crushed.
Right.
Base to 35.
So deep in the tank, deep in the think tank he's going.
We don't see the cards right now.
We will have to tell. There they are. They all popped up at once. Again, for you guys at home, bear with us. We are new. This is our first year doing this live.
Yeah.
And with Twitch TV, we're trying to get this all situated. So occasionally we'll have little glitches like that. So just bear with us. We'll just talk you through it. We'll get through it.
Action's on Ben, right?
What do they say about poker anyway? You gotta have patience.
Right.
So
Oh, you
3
do.
raised to 3,500. 4 folds.
Okay.
So we got a call and a raise to 3,500
8 folds,
by
9
Ben
folds,
with King 10.
and 1 fold. Except for 2.
Boy, when you have.
So we got AJ
He's
again.
folding right now.
Nope.
Nope, AJ goes.
Ben's gonna take this one.
Under the gun, takes the pot down.
Yep. So it's just Roberto who has one move. My understanding is it AJ that was Ben sick? Is it AJ or was
As
it
we were
somebody
rehearsing
else?
today, he was not feeling too well. But I have a feeling it's nerves because he's been doing pretty good so far.
Was it? Is it alcohol potentially?
Definitely not alcohol.
Not alcohol.
No way. Couldn't be.
Well, hanging out here with Casey, sometimes it can be.
You know what? We are at Casey Thompson's house. In fact, the founder of All In Magazine. Beautiful. I'm going to call it an estate.
You should call it an estate.
It's an estate. And
Okay,
a thank you to Amy Watson in particular.
4 calls.
And Judy and Casey's been traveling. They've had to put up with us setting up the last 3 days.
Oh, that's the way to do it.
And we've pretty much taken over the entire state for the last 3
Have
days.
a
So
big-
God bless them.
Yeah, have a big event at your house and then leave.
2 calls. 3 checks.
All right, we got 2 calls.
Okay.
4 players.
This is going to be an interesting hand because there's no real huge pocket anything going on. So
No. Looks like
we'll
we
see who
got
kind of
5
takes
players.
a stab at it first. Who's
Yep.
the aggressor? We can learn a lot actually from little hands like this.
Oh yeah. The flop.
3 checks.
The
4
flop
checks,
is a 3 of clubs, jack of clubs, and a 4 of hearts.
and 1 check.
So 3-4 jack, and it looks like the deuce 5 is probably flop the best hand. At least one that I might go with.
Oh, you got the wheel.
But it was a check all the way around, it looks like.
Yeah, like we said, they didn't have the big hole card, so we really see what happens on the flop.
3 bets,
Turn is another 4, so
3,500.
now the board has
3
paired,
bets, 3,500.
Yeah.
and you got another club, so you got the
4
second
folds
nut
and 1
draw
fold.
with Ben. Down to 2.
2
You
folds.
got
Yep.
Roberto and Ben.
Great bet. Love it.
That says,
Well done, Ben. I like taking stabs at pots.
well, you know, he sensed hesitation on the table.
Yep.
And he had an out. He had a big out. So, great job.
There's a little music in the background. I feel like
Oh
we're
yeah, no, there's music back there.
in
beer
Hawaii.
flowing.
Small blind, big blind.
You got the fans walking around, family walking around. The only tense place it is in here.
You're really got me uptight. I'm sitting here looking at a view of a mountain. It's gorgeous. And then I got to look at you.
Oh, I'm
Let's-
sorry. I thought you were
let's-
talking about Warren. We had Warren standing in the doorway there. If you don't know
Where's
Warren,
your out?
Warren is one of our All In Magazine fantasy football experts.
6 folds. 7 folds.
Okay, we got a couple ace jacks. That should be
Oh, there we go.
interesting. Oh, and a couple kings.
Yeah, we got an action flop there.
8 raises
Or, I'm
to
sorry, action
3,000.
free flop.
9 folds.
The $3,000 raise,
1 calls 3,000.
1 call.
2 folds. 3 folds.
Yeah. So it's probably gonna be ace jack, and 2 kings.
We already witnessed this earlier with the pocket pair of 10s versus ace queen, ace queen.
Yeah.
I got from last night.
A little ace and a king on the flop might make it interesting.
Yeah, here comes the flop. This is big.
First call.
Flop, we have 2. The board is paired with 7s and a 5.
Yes. 4 checks.
Kings are just loving this.
8 bets 7,000.
I think he's gonna take it down right here.
Call?
4 folds.
As expected.
Yep. It's a great
Again,
flop for 2
then
kings.
again, John already showed us earlier that he's willing to take a re-raised bluff and something like that. So if he wakes up in that situation, he's gonna get hurt. So
Yep.
luckily, he got out of the way there. Kelly's doing a really good job so far too, keeping control of the table, communicating, which is really hard to do when you're first doing a TV event.
So that deck is $250.
They're $250. We have a couple of decks, so these kids are not allowed to bend the cards. They're not allowed to put magnetic chip protectors on. Maybe that's what happened to Maria, because she had a really nice one. We couldn't let it go.
Right. Oh, she couldn't use her lucky card protector.
Okay, cards are out.
Here we go with the next hand.
Okay, 7, 8, and 9 folds. 1 fold.
I'm kind of getting into this music. I'm not sure if I want to talk about poker.
Again, here we go with two players with the same hole cards.
Yeah.
10, 9, 10, 9.
2,500. 2,500.
So the odds on a 10 hitting.
And then everybody else
too
folded.
good.
Yep.
I like that. I like little plays like that. It doesn't seem that interesting, but I love it when people take a hand like that. I actually am surprised. This table is fairly tight. Very, you know.
What do you think that's all about? I think it's because they basically are they overwhelmed? Maybe they're a little nervous. They got to get that out of the way.
They're not overwhelmed. They're having the time of their lives. They're
So you don't think
they're
these
just
cameras matter?
they don't want to, you know, like the tough thing about what Maria did is she was in a position where she had to put it all in, and it's really tough to fly out to Phoenix, push all your chips in, and hope. And poor guy is sick as a dog. Look at him.
Yeah, we might get some medical attention out there for him. Let's see how he's doing.
If he wins this, that would be quite a story.
Here we go.
8 folds.
Got an ace queen and a king queen. It looks like they'll probably.
1
Yeah,
fold.
you have to shoot a connector.
You know, the other thing about AJ picking up an ace queen, that's the kind of thing when you get sick,
3 folds.
you find a hand like that, and you might be willing to
I
gamble.
think it's a little bit bigger than it should be.
Yeah.
5 or 6 is going all in.
This is why
7
Tom
and
Schneider
9 full.
is here, ladies and gentlemen. He pretty much called that exactly. Hopefully it's not a sick call, but he happens to be ahead too.
Yeah. I like that's interesting play because he doesn't really have a great stack to pay post flop, and he might as well see all 5 cards with the ace queen. I'm sure that's what he's thinking. He also thinks it looks probably pretty weak to move all of his chips in, so he might get a weaker caller by making that kind of play. Sometimes I like to do that with aces.
So
2 folds.
Roberto makes Roberto. I'm enjoying Roberto.
Are you?
Yeah, I mean he's making good raises and good spots. That's a
Good
made
fold.
a big laydown. Didn't he lay that down, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he laid it down king queen.
Well, Roberto, it's kind of surprising with his chip stack. He's only got 15 big blinds.
You would think he would have pushed right there.
Well, I might have called with that. But he's probably, you know, in that situation, oftentimes when a guy does that, he's got some sort of an ace, so Roberto would be behind, or a pair, and he'd still be behind. So he's probably not beating.
Being so short stacked so far, he's been fairly aggressive.
Yeah, he's probably not beating too many hands, though. Even though king queen looks like a miracle when you're running bad.
Cards are dealt.
2, 3, Jason, 7, 8.
9 folds. 1 fold.
Ben, another set of suited connectors for Ben.
Loving this music. I don't even know what it is, but it's.
2 folds.
I'm not even a dancer, but I might dance.
3 raises to 2,000.
AJ, 36 off.
2,000. 4 folds. 6 folds. 7 folds.
Ben raises with the suited connectors.
Love it.
Calls, 2,000.
Here we go.
2 players.
I'm just such not a big fan of.
Pair of fives on the flop with a deuce.
8 checks.
So here we are. Pretty much first person to take a stab at this one, don't you think?
I think so.
3 bets, 2,500.
But it's strange if John were to bet out, it would look kind of weird because that doesn't look like a flop that he would bet out at. So if I were Ben, I would even potentially call.
8
But
raises,
Ben,
7,000 total.
Bet 2,500.
All in.
Look at this action we have going.
4
So we
goes
have-
all in.
Wow, we
And
he
then
goes
Nice.
all in.
Yes. Yes.
Button move.
That's a pretty big play there.
Ben's pretty active. He's got a few
I
suited
like it.
connectors so far. He's played them well.
Now,
Quickly moving
I-
up the leaderboard too.
It's a little tough to follow this action because the hands keep moving around, but it looked like
Fast. It's fast.
it is.
But you know what? We're gonna have to adjust. We have to figure it out.
Oh, we're
The nice thing-
adjusting.
The nice thing is at home, especially if most people are playing poker, you can follow along. You can follow along on the
What about
screen.
me? Is it not important that I can follow along here?
It's actually more important for the entertaining audience to
Really?
be entertained at home.
Oh, okay. I
But
guess.
I
I'm-
would like. if
Once
we
again,
could
I'm chopped
follow-
liver.
if
No
we
big
could
deal.
follow along, then
It's
we
my
could-
whole poker career, chopped liver.
Cards are out. Okay. 1 folds. 2 folds.
Fold.
You know,
3 calls. 4 calls.
We got one caller. We got
5
Ben
calls.
back in the action with an ace of deuce. This time they're
7
offsuit.
calls. Yeah. 7
AJ,
calls.
1,000 call with ace 5 calls.
Raise. That's a good book.
8 raises.
Here we come with a raise.
6,000 total.
$6,000 raise.
9 folds.
Oh, 6.
See if she's Ben here. Probably Ben's getting away from this.
3 folds. 4
It's
folds.
a really good raise by John.
2 callers.
6 folds. 7 folds.
Yep.
Thank you.
What I've noticed so far with John is he's not in every hand, but the hands he's been playing, he's playing pretty aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Pre-flop.
That was
He's
the
going-
extent.
he's going
I'd
after
like to.
them.
I wouldn't mind talking about that a flop when the 2 5s and the deuce hit the board.
Right.
Not a good hand.
Because
Good
be,
hand. Okay. No, then it was
because he
7.
wasn't raised pre-flop,
7 to offsuit that.
it's hard to put your opponent on any sort of a pair or big pair.
Of course.
So it makes it harder to bluff at that pot, like you hit something, and that's why I think it was, I can't remember who it was that came over the top of him, moved all in, was able to take that pot with a 7-8 because it seemed impossible that his opponent hit the flop.
Okay. Card
Right.
That was a great bet.
Okay. 2 folds.
Okay, we got a fold versus
3 raises to 35.
Couple of queens.
pocket queens.
4 folds. 5 folds.
So raise to 3,500. Getting out of the way pretty quick.
I think this is gonna-
Nobody really hit anything that they're
Nah,
gonna stick around with on this one.
he's gonna pick it up.
Nobody's really getting out of line.
Let me in there. I want to get out of line. That's my
That's-
specialty.
That'd be fun.
I get so far out of line.
Blinds are up next hand.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So now you've got a little bit of a vibe of how the table's been going. If you're sitting at this table as the poker pro,
Next hand blinds are up.
have you developed a strategy? Like, are you going to start getting more aggressive because you feel they're being
Right now
pretty tight, or do you think
I
they're
don't know.
playing aggressive so you tighten up? How would you do this?
I think it looks like a 3-bet. If there's a raise in late position, a 3-bet would take it down. And it looks like,
In general?
in
you're
general, it also looks like a flop bet of maybe a third or half the pot. It's going to take down a lot of pots. Except for the one player who I can't remember who it was, but except for the one player who is playing back with, not the best hand, but he's
Bet.
picking his spots.
Cards
Yeah,
are
I
out.
believe that's Ben.
So in a multi-way pot, I'm probably going to fire at the pot if it comes out 5-5-2 or something like that.
Here we have an ace queen.
4 raises to 3,000.
We have king queen and an ace queen. We might see some action here. And Roberto again being the short
6,
stack.
7, 8, 9, and 1 fold.
Emil pops at the 3. Roberto's probably going to call.
What is it?
Oh no.
His stack is 14.1 thousand
2 went all in.
against,
I mean, at some point he's got to push there.
and he's all in. There you go, and you will get
4's
called.
not all in, but they called. He's all in.
We got Emil. We got Roberto. So we'll call this flop. We'll see what happens here.
Emil's a chip leader.
1500.
Is that total? He's all in for 1,500 total.
15 and 100. 15 and 100.
15 plus. Good luck.
It's a pretty classic hand right here.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck. Are you guys ready?
How nice is Kelly? Are you ready?
Are you ready?
We're sitting in a different room in the house with all the technical guys, so the players can't hear what we're saying.
Here we go. Here we have our showdown. The flop comes Queen 3, 8, 9, and an 8. Give it up for Roberto. Roberto was the second one out, so we basically it's our 2 low stacks of the day.
Okay,
first
so
two
they're
out.
doing
Yep.
an interview right now.
Let's go to an interview. What do you say?
Let's check it out.
Kwatra.
Great job to Roberto.
Kwatra.
Congratulations on
Lines
making
are
it
up
this
to
far.
1,000, 2,000.
Let's get outside. Let's get outside and see how he's doing.
That's small.
Whenever you guys are ready.
Hi guys, Lauren here with Roberto Gochicoa representing Connecticut College, coming in 8th place tonight at the CPT table. Can you tell us a little bit about the hand that knocked you out, man?
So I was, the big blind, the small blinds, and Emil, the chip leader, raised 3,000 pretty early in position, and I had king queen, and I was down to I would have been under 10 big blinds as soon as the blinds raised. So there isn't really much you can do there. You just go all in and you hope for the best. And he had ace queen and he had me dominated, and it was rough. But
You went all in, which is completely respectable. That was pretty amazing, dude. So was the journey across the country worth it for you, man?
oh, definitely, this has been a great experience. I love coming here. I love playing with these guys. I loved the experience overall.
That's awesome to hear. Who do you think is going to win tonight if you had to pick one person at the table tonight?
Well, I mean, Emil's up now, over 200,000 or something, so he's got a pretty good shot.
Over 2.
Definitely, I agree. Did you want to give a shout out to anybody back at Connecticut College who's maybe watching you live right now?
Sure, some of my poker club, definitely. Carson, Sam, maybe. My parents, and my girlfriend, Kristen.
Awesome. Roberto, you did great, man. I really respect you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We'll see you back there, buds.
Yeah.
Back to you guys.
All right, there you go. Great interview. I mean, what are you going to do? You come to Arizona, you're bottom 2, you just run into the monster stack who happens to be hitting cards as well.
He is.
What are you going to do? So
I don't know. You play more poker is what you do.
Yeah,
There's a casino here. Few of them.
You keep playing.
Yep.
Inside, let's keep playing right now. Let's go on. Let's get
Let's
this
do
game
it.
underway. In fact, we are raising the blinds, guys. We are now at 1,000, 2,000.
There we go. Ooh, I like that. Doubled the blinds.
Oh, yeah.
We have any annies in this?
No annies, and that's
No.
kind of...
No annies. That also helps tighten up the play a little bit with no annies.
And, they came out here. They did a big trip. Give them a chance to play for a while without, getting out there too quick.
Yeah.
Give them a chance to play. No one's really got out of line, though. We've seen one really nice check raise bluff earlier from John, but other than that, it's been pretty straightforward poker. So basically, Ace Jack's probably going to take this down pre-flop. It's definitely feeling the flow you could feel is getting a little bit tighter with everybody, including ourselves on the technical end. Everything's starting to kind of come into its own now. Now we're starting to settle in.
Why is the deck $250? Why don't you explain that, Paul?
It's just like those ridiculous card keys that have the chips inside, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you lose, you lose one of those card keys, your dealership's charging you $300.
Right, right. And the other thing, we've absconded with their phones and put them in our room so that they cannot get any communication.
Absolutely no outside communication.
Right.
You know, being a live event, obviously, you know, just got to protect from anything, anything happening. Not that it would.
Okay, cards are up.
I'm just feeling for AJ. His whole body, his body's just, he's hurt.
7 folds.
I do think though that
I mean, it's on the table.
I do think you know, almost a min raise or 2.5 times the big blind in most of these spots is going to pick up a lot of pots.
1 fold.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what we were talking about a little bit earlier. You would definitely be taking advantage of that.
Or losing a lot of my chips. One of the two.
You're about to.
All right, Jason takes this one down, right?
Yep. Got another one.
Yeah, I thought it would take longer.
Yes.
Could be right now.
Could be. Really, it could.
It's gotta be 2-4. Sure hope it's 2-4.
Cards are up. 7 folds, 8 folds, 9 folds. 1 fold.
All right, here we are.
4,000.
More action here. We've got Jack 10, Ben, AJ with the 6-8.
And everyone else folded.
This is why I'm saying, you know, like these oftentimes cards come out and nobody gets anything, and it's tough to, no reason to call. It's a little bit less important to steal when there are no antes, because you know, when you're playing 7-handed, the blinds don't come around that fast, but it will start to become more important.
Yep.
It's kind of cool. We have some bios here of these guys, and they all have ties on. Oh, that's amazing.
They do.
They're really.
Actually, except my guy. You know, I'm really leaning towards.
You're leaning towards John because he doesn't wear a tie.
I'm kind of okay. So I do have a funny story, since this is kind of just, we're kind of going through the motions here on a live event. But we have a funny story kind of with John. So of course at All In, we kind of tend to gamble. We like to, you know,
Gamble.
pick horses or whatever. So going through the profiles, you know, I'm looking at John and I'm looking at different people, and John's got this beautiful girl on his arm. So of course last night with his parents, when they show up, I'm like, I'll tell you what, between us, I think I'm picking your son. Anyone who has a gorgeous girlfriend, normally middle of the road,
Yes.
straight guy, they go, well, that's great, but that's his sister.
Oh no.
So had to deal with that while his
Oh,
girlfriend
no.
was actually right next to me. As I was saying.
Oh boy, you're brilliant.
But-
You're brilliant.
Luckily, his girlfriend's beautiful.
Oh,
So I
well,
still stick with it.
maybe you were complimenting him.
I couldn't, you know, it is
Yeah.
a win-win.
The parents are happy. The boyfriend's happy.
Parents
Looks
are great
like we
people.
saw a flop here,
Here's Ben again. Ben, here we go with the King 8.
and Emil keeps hitting hands. Must be nice to be Emil, is what I can say.
He's
The
So
flop
in-
is a
in
9
his
deuce
thing.
5, so he flopped a set.
Let's see how he plays this.
Well, I would play it real slow.
Yep.
It's going to take another pot down.
Where is he on the chair? Here we go. Emil's kind of... Just keeps catching. Everybody last night kept saying it's unbelievable how this kid can catch, but he's doing a great job.
I mean, like, you guys were up kind of late. I passed out there, I guess. Yeah, I fell asleep after a while, and we played till like 3 a.m. Yeah.
You know, since we have a little time, by the way, everybody, right below us, you see that follow button, right? Right there, right below us. Follow us on Twitch. These guys, this college poker tour goes year round, and they do qualifiers. They do live tournaments all the time. But instead of the live final table, you're watching the actual computer the computer games being announced.
Right.
And
Right.
it's usually by Miguel and Brad. And they do such a good job at the office in our all-in media house. But
So where's that button?
that button's right there. Right.
Is it right there?
Follow that
Or
button.
there? Or there? Somewhere.
You know,
in there.
let's build this up and let's get this college poker
Yeah.
tour popular because
I'm just happy to be on Twitch. I'm serious. I have not been on Twitch yet.
talk about a great what
Yeah.
a great company. How fast they're jamming.
Yeah,
with
I
everything.
like
The
it.
Online gaming. Or not online gaming, I should say esports. They do the bunch of the esports stuff. I know my nephew's way into the
I feel
esports.
cool because I'm on Twitch.
Absolutely.
So John flopped a set. It doesn't look like he's going to get any resistance, and this pot will be over shortly.
Back-to-back sets.
Unless someone decides to try to take a stab. Oh, okay. Pair of deuces, Emil. Emil's getting a little aggressive.
Hey, you know he's got the stack.
AJ's wanting to go into the bathroom.
Let's just say he put a feeler bet out, and he's going to be answered.
Right.
He now knows what feeler bet answered.
Wow, Emil called. I really not sure about that.
Well, this could be the moment where, you know.
If I
you
were
start
John,
thinking
I
of
would
that.
check. Yeah, good check, John.
Put the fishing line out.
Yep.
There it is. And he smooth calls.
Emil can't stand it. Now he's going to have to.
He's got to slow down. You think
No,
he's
John's
going
to have to bet the river though, because I know that Emil will check the river.
Absolutely.
So John has
Oh,
to.
he's trying to check.
I'm not sure if that
He's
was
trying to
that
see
was
if-
not good because you're not going to get a bigger hand to fold. So that was a bad check.
But he did. He got the 10,000. He got
That's
extra 10,000
a
out
bad
of it.
bet by Emil. He's not going to get a hand that's better than his to fold, most likely, with that kind of bet.
That's the first real big misstep that we've seen Emil.
Yeah, I don't really like that
there.
play. I don't mind the bet on the turn
And
just
by
to see whether the
Emil's
hand's
body
real.
language, he doesn't like it either.
No, of course not.
So.
It's just a flesh wound for a guy.
Look at John creeping up here.
It's just a flesh wound for a guy with a stack that size.
If I saw that right, it was Emil's down 163, and John was up to 127.
Yes, I think you did see it right.
So, John's definitely climbing that ladder. And Emil's you could just see with his body, he just got to calm down, forget about that hand, and just move on to the next one.
Right.
You know, it'd be great too, Tom, since you're watching this. If you see any kind of like being a poker pro, if you see kind of like any obvious tells that you could teach us.
You want me to
amateurs,
look for tells now?
if
I'm not
that's how
getting
you
paid
would
enough
play.
to do that. That's hard work, man.
As far as like, you know, people who are twisting in their chairs, or somebody who's maybe going into the tank too deep.
Yeah.
Or,
All right, I'll give you a tell. You want to tell?
of course, with all of
I
them.
think AJ is sick. That's my
Wow.
first read.
That's why you get paid the big bucks,
Yep.
my friend, because I couldn't tell that as he was laying down.
I sure would like to have a better view of their faces, because I could potentially do it. But it's hard with this situation. The way we're watching this, it's difficult to pick up
Okay,
tails.
fair
But
enough.
I will say that there's a few players. I like to look at betting patterns and how often they're betting. And it just looks like Emil's trying to pick up a lot of pots, so I would play more pots with him and take advantage of getting aggressive with him and hope that he doesn't hit. And then there's a few guys I wouldn't tangle with if they decide to play a pot because they probably have a hand. Seat 1, I don't think he's played a pot yet. Can't remember. We're looking at our sheet. Wait a minute. Okay, so hold on. We've been saying AJ is sick, and it's not AJ.
Further up.
I think
Yeah, no, AJ.
there's two guys that are AJs.
First call on 3.
No, that's
3 calls 2,000.
AJ's in seat 1, and Anuj is in Quattra is in seat.
We'll get it all corrected.
Four
We can
calls.
tell right
Yeah.
now. We'll just kind of follow along here.
Well,
7 folds. 8 folds.
I think they do call him AJ.
9 raises to 4,500. 1 folds.
Re-raise to 10.
3 re-raises to 10,000.
the pot is 57.8, and so to call, he'd have to call 33. So he's not getting even 2 to 1. It's getting about, what is that, 1.5 to 1?
Yeah, but Ben, you know,
Somewhere
Ben's been
1.6
playing
to
solid.
1.
Ben's had good reads. He's been playing solid, making the right decisions so far.
It's because you keep hearing me say 35.
Yeah.
20, 30.
I wouldn't be surprised to see if he folds here. First of all, Jason has established a pretty good image. He's either probably like I would think I'm either behind with my ace jack, or I'm flipping. I'm probably not.
Is it worth it to flip?
I'm not thinking I'm ahead with my ace jack, because I think Jason made a great play here. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a fold.
Yeah, I mean, you called it right on the money. You just didn't think his ace jack was it. It's a really good bet.
Great bet.
The candle's starting to smell really good. How about that? The candles are really starting to smell good.
Emil is enjoying the candles. You know what's amazing? When you have a lot of chips, you enjoy everything.
Life is a little better. You don't
Yeah,
feel so-
everything smells good. Everything looks good.
Next hand, here we go, Kelly. I gotta tell you, so I've known Kelly a very, very long time. So just to give you inside info, she was a nervous wreck coming in this thing. So it was a lot of you can do it, you can do it.
Oh,
you're
well, good
fine."
for you.
And she's doing great so far. No issues with that.
6 folds, 7 folds.
Okay.
8's raising.
We got some action. We think we should see some action on this one.
Nice. John's really happy. He just won a big pot.
Okay, raise 12K. Jason just made a really good bet the hand before. Let's see if he can actually make a good fold on this hand.
9 calls.
King Queen looks so good, but it's just so treacherous.
It's a lot of, you're still what we're at. We're still 7-handed, so you know, definitely range.
All right. Can I make a correction?
We definitely need to make a correction here. For everybody who's been listening, everybody's been watching this whole time.
Anuj Quattra is the one that's been sick. I thought they called him AJ, but we have another player called
But
AJ.
in reality, AJ's in the blue shirt in position 1, just to the left of Kelly.
And Anuj
There's Anuj right
is
there.
about as sick as he possibly can be, and he's wondering, what am I doing here? But I'm not giving up. I love the fact.
He's a gamer, guys.
I love that.
He's fighting through. We'll see what happens. So apparently we've had some really good editing on our cameras, and we've protected you guys from, I guess he's been getting actually sick on the table.
Yeah.
So.
We should remind him that those cards are very expensive.
Have you ever been at a table where someone actually is getting sick at a table?
Well, I got sick at a table.
Did you?
I was
Just getting up and going
at the
to
main
bathroom?
event.
Really?
In the main event, I was in, got down to 52 players in 2009. I was sick as a dog, and I would have rather been in the room than playing the main event. That's how sick I was.
And there's no getting up to go to the bathroom in case you.
Nobody cares.
I understand. So what is the thought on that? And I have seen this playing myself at the World Series a
Cards
few
are out.
times. people with their backpacks and they've got their, they just don't want to miss a single hand. They don't even go to the bathroom when they need to go back.
Right, right. I won't do that. I'll go to the bathroom.
Absolutely. I mean, I just don't. I mean, listen.
8 folds, 9
I
folds,
would rather be
2,000.
comfortable so I make better decisions too.
Right.
1 and 3
right.
folds.
I will say though, when you're sick, it's hard to
Bets
keep making good
10,000
decisions
total.
because your mind plays with you and you're like, get me out of here.
Pocket threes for
I
Jason.
want to go home.
What'd you say? Hello? Yeah. Okay, 9 folds. Okay, hands over. And your dealer now.
Another good hand. So Jason's at 43 and he's been pretty active. So what do you do if you're Dan Master? You're to the left. You're right to the left of Mr. Anuj.
I think you're looking for one of those masks that they wear over in Asia quite a bit, where they protect themselves,
6,
breathing in.
7, 8, and 9 folds. 1 folds.
You know, Anuj has a great position though, actually being right
3
to the
folds.
left of Emil,
Of course.
and he really could take advantage of this because
4
Emil
bets,
is
4,000
raising way too
total.
many hands.
There it goes again.
6
If-
makes it
If I
11,000
were
total.
Anuj, I'd move all in. Just
And
not take it.
4 folds.
Well,
Good.
and now we're seeing why he is still a chip hitter.
Emil folded.
Yep.
Well done, Anuj. I like a guy who can play when he's sick. It's hard to do.
Yes.
You wouldn't play 6-2 offsuit either.
He's got his parents here.
He
That's
does.
always comforting when you're sick and you got your parents there.
Hey, who doesn't? I don't care what. Who doesn't want mommy when you're sick? Everybody wants their mom when they're sick. He's sick. Oh, this poor kid.
Okay, cards are up. 8, 9 folds.
See what he
One
woke up
fold.
with there. He's got the 4 aces. He's gonna get away from this.
3
Ben's
raises
got,
to
of course,
5,000.
Jack King. Ben's gonna raise.
4 calls.
This will be a show. Emil, so the chip
6 and
leader is
7
definitely,
folds.
he's definitely participating.
Two
It's not like
players.
he's sitting around just riding his chip stack.
No, and I don't blame him. He's picking up hands and everybody's playing really tight. And you got to take advantage of it so you can take a few beats.
First call.
Still win.
3 checks. 4
Ben
checks.
checks.
Flop is 7,
Go ahead.
Queen 10. Turn is a king.
So Ben hits.
3 bets 10,000.
Now, if I were Ben, I would have checked there because you've got Emil who's a little too aggressive. Give him a chance to bluff off some of his chips.
4 calls.
He calls though. So why not? He's stringing them along. He
Wow.
calls.
River card.
An
We do
ace
not-
would be sick.
A jack would be sick. It's a 9.
9, so he's in good shape. Here goes Ben.
Bet it's that he's made a straight.
Probably gonna get no action here.
I would definitely check.
4 calls with
But, you know,
25,000.
yeah, you got to get
3
Emil
calls
to
with
take shots at the
25,000.
pot.
4
That's what he's
calls.
been doing.
Four
Great call.
folded.
That's a great spot to look like you missed and you might not be able to call a big bet.
And we saw earlier when we thought the opposite, where you should probably check, or actually you probably should take a stab at it because he's not going to call when he did call. So earlier, it's kind of I guess where I'm going is he's definitely shown that he's going to bet the river if you check to him.
Right.
We've already seen it.
Right.
He's not just going to check
He bet the river when he shouldn't have.
right on that one hand.
Yeah. He either had the best hand, or he wasn't going to get the best hand to fold. So there's no reason to bet the river.
Cards are out. 9 folds. 1 fold. 3 and 4 fold. 6 folds. 7 raises to 7,000. 8 folds.
Swear to God, this is my best hand all night.
I'm sorry.
we're getting really close to the break here. Basically, the blind structure is set up for 30-minute blinds. Every two rounds of blinds, they're going to take a break. It is a 5-minute break.
Yeah.
So every hour.
I'm sitting here with Paul Hernandez, who is very instrumental at All In Magazine, and he has, in his career, he's got a career 1 cash at the World Series of Poker.
Thank you very much. Speaking of that, I'm very proud of my 1 cash, by the way.
You should be.
I'm very proud
How many
of
tournaments
it.
have you played? How many WSOP events have you
I
played?
have 3. 3 in cash.
You're 1/3. That's
there
better than
there
most
you
people.
go. You know, cash is okay. So cash is compared. I mean, obviously, final tables. Let's talk final tables.
Yes.
You've been at how many final tables in the last 4 years at WSOP? Not just. I mean, cashes are cashes. That's great. I'm happy about mine. But to make that final table, it's a whole nother beast.
It's yeah. I really can't give you that number off the top of my head,
Yeah.
but it's something like 6 or
I
8
know.
or
I know you're one of the. If I was
like
looking
that.
up strike, I think you have one of the most final table appearances more than anybody. Is that right? I mean, I know.
don't know.
I know over the last was it 8 years, you've got the 4 bracelets, correct?
Correct.
All right. Which in Vegas.
The World Series of Poker
the
in
World
Vegas.
Series of Poker in Vegas. That's the most in the last 8 years.
No one's won more.
Right. And as much as I love the Daniels and Phils and all that stuff, and that's fantastic, man.
Thank you.
I mean, that's why I'm just glad to have you here.
Well, you know, if you listen to Phil, does anybody listen to Phil?
Well, they hear Phil. We know this. You know, we're great friends also with Robert Williamson.
Of course,
out
yeah.
here in Arizona. We've got a lot of poker players out here in Arizona. And I love to watch you guys. Right now, Poker Night in America. You guys are all over that right now.
Yeah, I'm going to be traveling to Pittsburgh in a couple weeks to
All
play
right.
with Phil and a few other big time pros. You know, the big guys, the guys that are much better than me.
They're not much better than you. It's just that you basically don't do all the table talk that they do. And I've been trying to tell this guy.
I'm going to.
I've been telling this guy since I met him. I go, with how good you are. Basically, why do we love Daniel? We love Daniel because Daniel speaks everything going through his head about that hand you're
Right.
going to hear on the microphone.
Right.
And, of course, the best part is when he knows he's beat, but he just needs to see that he was right on his read
Right.
and make the call.
It's a great read, bad call.
You know, I mean, you just love the guy for stuff like that. And where I watch you, and it's like you kind of, no offense, of course, but you definitely.
I'll take some.
You're definitely. You definitely go into you're the think tank, and you're not necessarily vocalizing everything.
Yeah.
I'd love to see you vocalize everything because I think I've learned just from knowing you as a friend for a while. I've learned so much from you just talking poker that I think the rest of America should.
All right, you got it.
Let's do that.
You
Deal.
got it.
Next time
You got it.
Next time you're on there, you got to be the chirper.
All right. I'm actually thinking of turning my back though when I'm in hand, just making a big raise and turning my back so people can't read me.
That's like,
Seriously.
and Helmy's gonna be there with you?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be
I think that'd be fun.
That would be fun to see.
Anuj,
Here we go.
nice, Anuj.
Give me 6,000.
Make a.
Anuj is gonna have to call this.
There's no he's not.
You're
gonna call
sick.
this.
You got ace queen. I'm a little surprised.
You're at 36-4.
I'm a little surprised at Ben here. I don't know if I like that play. It's not time to be
But
desperate.
Don't you think that Anish has been playing kind of tight?
He has, so
that's, I mean, I
yeah.
can understand that in that sense, from that position, if he's playing real tight. However, his stack's almost going to
you know,
him to call.
the other thing too, though, I don't make big bets like that into a guy that's sick because his tendency is to call more often than fold because he's thinking, hey, I'm sick. I could go home and go to sleep, or I can double up and I'll feel better.
Yawning. We actually had a yawn.
Yeah. Oh wow.
And
he folded.
So again, Ben making a really
Ben.
good play. Ben's
I
making
like
a better
Ben.
read than we're making right there.
Ben, good job.
26.
Ben's a stud, man.
If you're Ben there, do you show?
Take a break.
To get
No,
to put him on top a little bit?
no. I'm not a big fan of that.
Okay, one more hand.
I'm not a big fan of showing.
Sounds like this is going to be the last hand before we go to the break.
Okay.
So let's watch this hand out. Let's see what happens here. Then
Let's-
we'll take you to our sponsors and.
We can have a little. That'll be cool.
It's kind of cool, guys. During the break, not only are you going to hear from one of our sponsors, but we're also going to show you a package from last year's event, which was fantastic. We had a great final table. Florida State, Thomas won. Just great people everywhere flown in.
6, 7,
So let's see what happens here. Final one for the break. Let's see who
Emil
gets the
obviously picking up another hand. Ace Jack suited. 2 kings.
Uh-oh.
4,000. 4? Okay. 1 bet's 4,000.
AJ has
10,000.
got
AJ
2
wins.
kings.
Oh, pocket 4s for
10,000.
Ben, who's been pretty aggressive tonight. This could be a very interesting hand right before the break.
Ben raises to 10. Oh, my
Oh,
goodness.
boy.
That's not a good
I
situation.
think Emil's definitely going to get out of the way here.
I don't know.
Raise.
I'm not sure if Emil's going to get out of the way.
Oh, you're right. Oh. And Ajit doesn't go all in. He just calls. Or is that...
Hold on.
I'm
hold
sorry.
on.
He hasn't made a decision yet. My
Yeah,
fault.
he will be making a big raise.
You got to be pushing it. You got to be pushing in here.
I don't know if his stack size is... Yeah, he's going to push all in, yep. Ben's... It's a tough call.
I think this is a fold. He knows this is a fold.
The pot is 55,000 though,
Good
and he
point.
only has 25,000 to call, so he's getting greater than 2 to 1.
26. No, it's 26.
And most of the time you're not less than 2 to 1.
25,000.
But I'm not a big fan of the way Ben played this hand.
I mean, untap.
I mean, he had a pocket pair. He just ran into monster hands. So
Yeah, but
he's been getting away with it today.
he has.
3 calls.
He does
Oh wow.
Tom
Wow.
Schneider, he knows the pot odds. He knew he was calling.
Yeah.
And 4 calls too.
This is
Emil
a
calls.
huge hand. before
Biggest
the-
pot of the day.
You 2 can still bet.
Biggest pot of the day. Nice time to take a break after this pot.
I did
Okay, 3
take a
players.
breather. So the flop comes. We got an 8, a 5, and a 6. 8 of spades, 5 of spades, and a 6 of clubs.
Can you see the clock?
So kings obviously just loving that
Okay.
flop.
Kings are loving it.
3 is going all in. Yes.
Wow, Ben goes all in, assuming that's just there's 2 overs.
Wow.
Not realizing. I mean, you got 3 players. You know, one of them's gonna have a bigger pair.
Well, keep in mind though, AJ is already all in. Right?
4 folds.
AJ's all in with the kings. You've got I see what
Right.
you're saying. He's trying to isolate. And he does.
That was a nice.
And
That
he
was
did.
actually.
He
I
actually
liked that.
Isolated against him.
A 7. The
7
fours. The fours are
And a
going to
10
win.
of hearts.
Wow. AJ picks up pocket kings and gets knocked out of the tournament.
Well, I guess you see how poker can go. The ups and the downs.
Wow.
Ben's on fire. Ben's playing a lot of hands. He's hitting. He's making good moves. He's
Yeah.
doing a great job. Okay, guys, like we said, we're going to go ahead and cut away to our sponsors, and then don't forget, we're also going to watch an awesome package from last year.
Welcome my life.
We're going naked for this.
Yo, what's up, all in? And I can't make this up. If I was gonna make it up, I'd make it believable.
Lounging by the sea and lining up 5-7s. Now that's a win. Get the thrill of Borgata anytime and anywhere in New Jersey. Play online, poker, slots, blackjack, real money. TheBorgata.com. Now that's a win. Get $20 to play when you sign up now.
Only a donkey would call my pre-flop bet with a deuce trick.
Hey,
Deuce Tray is my lucky hand, and besides, they were suited.
Real share my pair hand.
Still calling and texting your friends to tell them about that amazing poker hand you just played? Stop! There's a better way. With Share My Pair, the free new app for smartphones. You can show your poker buddies an animated video of that great hand. It's easy and takes less than a minute. Here's how. Open the app, choose either cash or tournament game, and enter the blinds and ante. Seat yourself at the table, then set the dealer button and position the other players. Enter the known hole cards and chip stacks for each player. Select the known community cards on the board, follow the prompts to enter the actual betting of the hand, add details to your story by typing in some comments, or use the microphone feature on your smartphone. Instantly share your new hand by emailing or texting your friends, or post on Facebook and Twitter. Tap the Share My Pair button and your video is created and shared in less than 5 seconds. Now sit back and wait as your friends start telling you how well you played that hand, or how unlucky you got on the river. Share My Pair, the best way to share your poker stories with friends, for free. Available from the iTunes App Store and Google Play. Download the app now.
Ajit Sapra, representing Purdue University, coming in at 7th at the table tonight with probably the worst looking 7 you've in the world, man. Can you walk me through the hand? What happened?
So I had pocket kings. I got all my money in the pot before the flop. 2 guys called. Then 1 guy moved all in on the flop. It was a pretty safe looking flop for me. He had pocket 4s, I had pocket kings. The only way he could win was to catch a 7 or a 4, and he did. So just not my day, I guess.
It was a really intense match, but you played it as best as you could. So with the nickname "To Ajit to Quit," what was your strategy going into this?
I mean, I was playing pretty safe in the beginning, not catching very many hands, and finally got a hand, but wasn't lucky, I guess.
As a sophomore at Purdue University, do you think you'll return next year?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I'll give it my best.
I'm 100% sure. We'll definitely be seeing you next year. Did you want to give a shout out to anybody back home for the viewers?
My parents. My dad would be really disappointed that I finished 7th, but it's fine. I mean, he saw me play. I mean, no regrets.
No, you definitely did amazing, and at least you made it to the final 9, which is definitely a huge deal. All right, guys, Ajit Sapra, let's take it back to you guys.
Okay, so as promised, we have that package from last year's trip, and last year's CPT event was fantastic. So hopefully all of you out there watching, all you kids watching with a .edu address, can watch these two and play and be part of this eventually. So
.edu, you are very smart.
Gotta have it.
Wow.
Gotta have it. Anyway, here it is from last year. Just enjoy a little bit of the taste of what these guys went through.
College Poker Tour honestly is one of the best poker organizations I've dealt with.
They've done an unbelievable job here in their first year.
So far I've been pleasantly surprised with everything that they've done. I didn't expect anything like this.
It's kind of refreshing to see an organization that is still trying to organize these new poker ventures for college-age students.
I just feel like we all have the same mindset of trying to just play poker and representing our school.
And really it's a long time coming. I think poker is getting younger and younger. There's a lot of college kids trying to play poker.
It's just nice to see other students around the nation as interested in poker as I am.
There's just a lot of guys that have a common interest in poker, which is really cool.
How many people can say, I went to college, I won a tournament, and now I'm here in Phoenix?
People can come and play. They don't have to have a huge background in poker, and it's just an awesome place to meet new people and have a chance to come out to a place like this.
And I'm really excited for the future.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing.
Don't hesitate, man. Just jump in there head first and let the ride happen.
What does this card mean for me?
That was fun. I'll be honest with you. I was there last year playing with the kids and everything. I had an absolute blast. Just watching that package just brought back so many memories. And I actually grow to care about these guys.
You know what, Paul?
You know?
You know what I've decided?
What's that?
I'm going back to school. I swear I'm going to get in this tournament, and I'm going to see if I can beat these kids.
You know what? You know what?
I'm back to school.
I'll be honest with you. A couple of these kids, with the way they're playing, they give you a run.
Yeah, they would. They would.
Stop with pocket kings.
Against Emil, who has ace-king. This is going to be an all-in senior moment
This is
right
going to
here.
make fireworks.
This is why they had the fireworks right here.
Obviously, we're going to see.
They will be all in pre-flop here.
Danny man, he's got a full. This is going to be fun, guys.
Well, it's going to be fun for one of the players. The other one will not have fun.
This is
Oh my goodness! Let's see. No, Ben.
No, Ben did not.
Ben did not fold. Please do not.
There's no way. That's. There we go.
50-50.
All right. Ben raised it to 50,000.
Oh.
Emil's
Chip
all
leader
in.
goes all in. Obviously, Ben's gonna snap column. We have a huge.
There's fireworks everywhere.
Pot with
I don't know if you can
fireworks
hear this in the background, but it's going off like crazy.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think that's ironic timing. I love it.
This is pretty substantial pot. It's
So
276,000.
she's gonna move this pretty quick, so she's gonna. Boom, the
Flop is 4, 10, Jack, then a 7, then a 3.
So the kings are holding up.
Kings
and
are holding.
I believe we now have a new chip leader.
We do. And Emil just lost a lot of chips.
That was big.
Well, you know what? Ben has a beard, so I think there's something going on there. I had a beard in high school.
Ben's locked in.
Yeah.
And it doesn't hurt to catch like he did on that last hand before the break.
That's nice, yeah. Yeah.
You know, when you're running good, you're running good.
So, little known fact.
Yeah.
In high school, I had a beard.
Really?
I had a full beard, and every time I played baseball, the opposing parents would yell because they thought it was unfair that like a 25-year-old was playing with their kids.
I've been a coach. I've been coaching baseball with my kids, and I've definitely run into the teams where I'm like, these kids look like they drove here.
Right.
But
you have
little known fact. When I was playing baseball, I was like 120.
Wow. Wow. Well,
things
have changed. Circumstances have
We're
changed.
still having fun.
The thing about having a beard early is that sometimes you don't have hair late. That's what's happened to me.
Well, let's get back to the action because that obviously was huge. We just had a complete swing.
They're counting chips.
Yeah, counting the chips. While they're counting chips, let me explain something which kind of we've been talking about last year during the final table. It literally went from short stack out. It went 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Didn't even change, not once.
Really?
We had.
That's hard to believe.
One time, I think we had a chip.
Okay, I knew you were lying about it.
It was right at the end. We had a chip lead for a second. So this is really our first big swing in leaders.
Okay, here we go. We got action.
So I like Jack 9. I like Jack 9 suited.
Wow.
Jack 9 suited is the biggie. Who's all in?
Dan went
Dan's
all in
with ace 4.
36,000. I think that's a good move with the blinds the way they are. And I believe he's going to take the pot.
So Ben's up to 253K now.
Wow, life is good.
Life is good for Ben right now. Now if you're Emil, right? So Emil's
You're not
sitting
pleased.
You're not happy, but
now Emil is a short stack at 18,000.
I mean, you're gonna see complete opposite way he's had to play.
Things are different, and that's a bad break for him to pick up ace king in that spot. That happens a lot in poker. I still hear beautiful music in the background.
And I'm still just cringing for our sick player at the table. Anuj.
Anuj has got 2 10s and his chip stack.
Yeah,
he should move all in.
He should be going 4K.
He should just put it all in and see if
Danny's probably gonna call him with.
No, he didn't move all in. And with his stack,
yes, he did. He did raise to 9,000.
Right. With the blinds, they're 2 and 4, right?
2, 4.
The blinds are 2 and 4, and with his stack, he should have moved all in.
So he's gonna go. I mean, he's pretty much gonna be forced to go in.
Yeah, Dan's gonna have to call him, but with the 2 10s, at least he might have put Dan to somewhat of a test. Probably not much of one. all the chips would have gone in the pot.
6 calls.
So here we go. We're gonna have a showdown. We're gonna have 10s versus ace queen. Virtually a coin flip, as they say. And it comes 9, 2, 8. 7 of hearts and 8 of hearts. So the 10s will hold up. That might make him feel a little better.
Anuj just, yeah.
That make feel a little better. A little Advil in the form of chips.
Chipville. All right, there's a chip count. Dan Masterson not doing well. Emil not doing well.
Monster lead for Ben.
Yes.
Huge lead for Ben. Completely changes everything.
It's like the Intrepid.
It's almost like honestly, it feels like we're starting over. Like you really have a whole new set of.
It's a whole new set of rules now. Well, there's really a couple guys here that their only move is to move all in if they decide to play a pot. And a few of them have so few chips that they're going to get called by the big blind if the big blind has any chips. So,
you know, I'm not gonna lie. I love what John's doing. I think he hasn't had a lot of action lately.
No?
He's been kind of lying, watching people beat each other up.
You like his sister, I think is really what it comes down to. I think that's really how you when you go to the dog track. Do you bet on the dog that just got done peeing? Is that what you do?
You know,
I don't know what that has to do with anything, but you don't have any.
It's actually opposite of that, but, you know. Here we go. So what we have going on? We have 2, 3. Emil's king queen. Ben's got ace jack. This could get good.
Yeah, Ben will. This is Emil's opportunity for his last hand right here, I believe.
And Dan, this is not a bad all in from Jack 10. That short stacks.
Dan is all in for 9.1. Ben goes all in with ace jack.
So he isolates. So that's what Ben has been doing.
Nice play, Ben.
He's been isolating. He raises. Yeah. He knows what he's doing.
He's an isolationist, is what you're saying.
He's a good poker player.
Yeah, pretty much. King 4, 5.
This is king.
9 and a 7.
Oh, I'm sorry, no king.
So Dan will be out.
Jack 10. Great job, Dan. Actually, he hung in, considering he did not have a big chip stack coming into the day. He actually held in there long.
Dan did not have any cards, really.
Yeah.
Did he? Dan's.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing. I'm actually looking forward to hearing what Dan has to say, because he definitely. He was a hard read, but I think he played well.
His favorite poker players are Jay Rosenkrantz, Phil Locke, Phil Goffond, Jay Kim, and then a guy named Andrew Seidman. You say Seidman, I say Seidman.
Here we go. Exit interview. Let's take it out to Dan.
Hi guys, Lauren here with Dan Masterson representing University of Idaho, taking 6th tonight at the final table. How are you feeling, man? What's going through your head?
I played for an hour and 10 minutes, and the best hand I had was King Jack offsuit under the gun. Couldn't even play it. I tried to fabricate some spots, but in a tournament like this, if you don't accumulate a big chip stack, it's winner take all. So.
No, absolutely.
I came into this tournament thinking I'd be playing a lot of hands, being aggressive, trying to build a big stack, but I just didn't have the cards. And then I finally got a hand that was decent, and just lost a flip. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Right, definitely. It's definitely got to be hard to maintain your patience, too. I mean, when you've been sitting at the table for an hour and a half, that's pretty intense, man. But you played well, you know, you gave it all you got, and we're really proud of you. Did you want to give a shout-out to anybody back home in Idaho?
Just my friends at the Northern Quest Casino.
Perfect. All right, guys, there you have it. Dan Masterson, everybody.
I like when a young guy, he already is plugging his home casino. How smart is he? He's going to go into marketing. He's got to be.
And, you know, he kind of looked at Lauren. I love Lauren. But he looked at when she said the patience card. You know, that's part of the game. And he played a patient game, and he just didn't get the cards today.
Right.
But let's get moving on. That was a great hand. Let's see what happens next. Back to the felt.
Cards are out. Okay.
So right away we come out. Not much going on in the way of whole cards here, so let's see if someone can make a move, and this is part of it.
I don't like John calling, though. I think he's got a big enough stack. He should raise. Now he's going to have to play a hand heads up against Emil. Emil doesn't have many chips, so it's not that dangerous. But he certainly could have just picked up the pot without any contest.
8 bets, 5,000. 4 full.
Hey, let's not forget Anuj. I mean, the guy's hanging in there. He's sick as a dog, and he's just fighting away.
Right.
I mean,
That's pretty impressive.
It's fun. It's fun to watch.
Well, I don't know if it's fun to watch. I mean, it's almost like watching a injured animal.
Oh, he's got the same shirt on. That's awesome.
But I guess you're a little sadistic, possibly. You like to watch weird things.
I kind of like the underdog story type thing. The guy who's got.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
That's what it is.
I thought you just liked
I'm
watching sick
I'm sitting
people.
here with a future Hall of Famer. I gotta like underdogs. So, hey guys, don't forget to follow us on Twitch. We have been. These guys are working hard. Everyone's working hard to entertain you guys, to bring good poker to you guys. And
where's that button?
And to have that button's right there. Let's not forget
that's where the button is.
Let's not forget the button.
You know what I'm a little disappointed about? You haven't said a word about my jacket. Not one word.
Is there? Is there anything to say about the jacket?
Well,
it loudly speaks for itself.
I'm just trying to, you know, support the brand.
The nice part about you is, and I don't even think you understand this. We've known this about you. We know
well,
that
that's
you're the
true.
flashy.
That's true.
I mean, you've been great at our charity events, and we can even bring that up. Our Care Fund event we did with Brian Urlacher.
That was beautiful.
You know, you were there for that.
That was amazing.
It was a great time, wasn't it?
Oh my goodness! What a house!
I think someone
won
a World Series seat.
Did you win a World Series seat there? Wow. Let's just talk about all your poker accomplishments. Forget me. I haven't done anything.
Oh, hold on. Let's say, take a break.
No,
we got
nothing's going to happen here.
Pocket Kings.
6 raises at 30.
Emil is.
If he's on tilt, he's gone.
Well, he's on tilt, but he doesn't have any chips left. He's got 6,700 left, and he's thinking about.
He's saying, I got a.
It's just a hand.
I got a suited face.
I think
card.
Jack 5 suited. You got to go with it. You know, you have 6,700 in chips. The pot is 38,000.
His body language is almost as if
he just doesn't want to leave. Is what it is. He doesn't want to leave.
Guys,
he's so irritated. He came in with the chip lead. He picked up ace king against 2 kings, and now he's got the Jack 5 suited against 2 kings. Kings are
a 9 of diamonds, 5 of spades, 3 of spades.
Well,
5
looks
of
like
clubs for a club.
3 5s are going to win it. Emil stays in.
Wow.
See, you got to go with it right there.
King's cracked. Now he probably feels more sick.
Yeah, Anuj. Well, Anuj, you know, like you're sick, you pick up 2 kings, you got to be pretty excited about it. But he didn't take much damage to his stack, really.
I mean, how would you feel on this college poker tour in general? You know, because sometimes there could be a mixed match between, it's you know, young kids gambling, but I feel like these are also, I feel it's opposite. I feel like these kids are getting trained in
they are getting trained
in
street smarts is what they're getting trained in. I started playing poker when I was about 11 years old with my mom. And poker's been some of the best life, I've learned some of the most important life lessons from poker. Obviously, self-discipline, and poker is more of a game between yourself and what you really want to do sometimes. And it's a game of restraint, and it's a game of self-control. And it takes a long time to learn that. But these kids, some kids learn that faster than I did. I had to go through a lot of money before I learned that.
See, and for a lot of guys that I know, including myself, for me, what poker's done is it's filled that competitive void.
Right.
So if you played sports in any way, shape,
when
or
you were
form,
120 and now you weigh what, like 150? When you weigh 150, it's a little hard to compete.
But you know, it is that competition too.
Right.
And it's not you against the house.
Right.
It's you against, it's mano y mano, and it's great.
Yeah. And you know what? All these kids are smart. They're taking their poker very seriously.
They really do.
And I'll bet on all of them in their home game.
For sure.
I'll take each one of them in their home game.
In fact, Florida State is one of our bigger poker clubs.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have a feeling over the next few years, I think we'll have a Florida State representative for the next few years. They're doing a great job over there on growing their poker club, and hopefully others take form and start building poker clubs across the country and playing online at CPT. And start getting double people here. I mean, I'd love to have 2 Florida State people here, 2 Kent States, whatever it takes.
Oh, you just matched it up.
Back to the action. So what we got
Emil's
going
probably
on?
going to move all in.
Okay.
Would be my bet. That's what I would do if I had his hand. He doesn't want to, but he just calls. I don't like that play.
So he's playing the let me limp and try to catch a draw card.
Yeah, I don't know why you would do that when you have ace-3. I think when you have ace-3, he should move all in with his stack.
Said you have way too many people against you. However, if you do hit a draw with this many people in the pot, you're taking a big jump.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. Ace-9-4, and of course I'll be proven wrong.
So Emil, it's tough.
But it's okay. I'm wrong all the time.
It's still we still have a turn and a river. Here he goes all in, right? He's got yeah, there he goes.
He would have doubled up had he moved all in because King-Queen would have called him. I mean, if you're trying to play poker after the action.
But this is a move I see a lot now online.
I
see a lot of short stacks
calling with ace.
They're trying to catch that draw, then try to get lucky with the draw and hopefully triple it instead of just getting it done with pre-flop.
Yeah, well, they're a lot smarter than me. These kids.
Obviously.
These kids are a lot smarter than me.
But it is interesting to listen to you though, and then also see the tendencies of the younger kids coming up. But they also, these kids see a lot more hands than we do at a poker table.
Right.
They're sitting there with 5 screens in front of them, you know, at all times.
Don't forget, I used to do that.
That's true.
I'm not a dinosaur. You talk like I'm a Doyle's age or something. I got my oxygen tank right here to the right.
Okay, I hear you. But I don't vision you sitting there with 20 screens in front of you, though, too.
I used to play with 4 or 5.
Did you?
Yeah.
Back in the FT days?
Back in the day.
Just the fact that we're saying...
I don't know if I did it well, though. I don't know if I played 4 games well. That's the difference.
See, I couldn't the focus. I wouldn't...
Yeah, it's hard.
I'd miss a great hand and I'm in one here, but that's just me.
All right, let's see. That was a quick one.
So, Ben and John. We
Yeah.
got our 1 and 2s. They're not really participating right. They're kind of letting these little guys bounce each other around. But I think, especially John, I think John's playing lights out.
Emil and Anuj are their only move right now if they play a pot, at least from my standpoint, is to push all in. But I understand also why Emil is not doing that. There's no antes in the pot, so there's a little bit less motivation to move all in because there's less money in the pot.
So we've got an ace-jack. Ben, I'm just based on Ben's play, Jack-9, he's loving Jack-9.
Anuj made it
4 to call.
It
is a raise.
Everybody folded.
Anuj raised to 11,000. Everybody folded.
I stand corrected on the bench.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, the action, normally what happens when you're filming a TV show, since we're doing this live, we're not holding up the action like they do on a TV show.
Course, it's not edited.
Oftentimes before the flop, they will hold the action, make sure everybody's set, and then they'll tell the dealer to hold on, and then deal the flop. Right here, we're basically playing a poker game and filming it as it happens.
Cards are out.
So we have to...
Yeah, you're not just seeing the premium hands and the
no,
premium
we have to stay up with this action.
And this is the way, if you want to learn real poker, this is it.
I like it.
This is it right here. You've got to have patience and you got to fold most of the time.
And you got to be able to follow this screen that's moving all around.
See, now in real poker, there's no screen at the table. I now have to tell you that.
Yeah. Ben looks like he picked up another pot.
I think you got to walk right there.
The bearded one, I think is what I'm going to call Ben.
He looks nice and relaxed. He does not.
Ben is only 19, by the way.
That's impressive, isn't he?
He's only 19. By the way, he'll be able to get any Scottsdale bar that he wants.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
You're just making it real tempting for everyone to fly down there as well.
Yeah, that's why I had a beard when I was younger. I could buy beer for everybody else to drink it. I didn't drink it.
Well, you had a beard.
I never got carded, and I didn't drink beer. Everybody's best friend.
So we do have a bet of 10,000.
Yeah, it looks like it's not going to last very long.
We don't. This is interesting. We don't. This is almost like playing Nuj's cards.
Yeah. You better come up with a good story because these people are not playing many hands, Paul.
I'm enjoying it though. I'm enjoying watching these guys kind of grind it out. I'm trying to. What I enjoy is trying to kind of predict what's going to happen, and that's why it's so interesting to watch Ben and John kind of put the brakes on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were in a lot of action earlier, and once we had that big chip change, those two have really slowed it down, almost just waiting for these guys again to knock each other out.
I'm a little.
Okay. Cards are out. Alright, good.
Raise.
One raises to 10,000.
So why they keep playing? One thing that's been really, really cool. Yeah, everyone knows the younger poker pro, Jason Somerville. So Jason, we caught up with Jason Somerville, by the way, who after this hand we're gonna get to, but yeah, this hand's gonna be on. But anyway, I'll just continue. Anyway, Jason Somerville, who's obviously a really good poker pro, he's kind of one of the younger guys who a lot of these college poker kids know and follow. We were able to catch up with him at his last tournament, and he was kind enough to give us a little package of advice for these guys. So as soon as this hand's over, we'll cut over to that and check that out.
He's a great player. Look, it looks this might be a pretty big pot here, because one flopped a flush draw and the other one flopped top pair with a big kicker.
And as we talked about John and Ben,
yeah,
here they are.
I could see both of them trying to push each other off and taking a pretty big risk here, because they have a lot of heat on the other one, because the other one doesn't want to go broke because they have so many chips. With the dynamic of first place only wins something, it could be a pretty big pot. All right, a call. The flush draw calls. I could see the flush draw. Oh, okay. Ben checks.
So I think we're having by the way, we're having a little technical issue right here, because that's actually Jason.
You're right.
So that's not John.
You're right.
So we got to make sure we correct that, but that is Jason. John's in the shade next to him.
Ben made a bet of 20,000 with. That was a good bet. Nine of diamonds, so no flush.
No flush.
Ben, if he's smart, would check here and let his opponent try to bluff, because it might have been that his opponent was on a flush draw, or he has a worse queen. But on that flop, the most likely hand his opponent has is a flush draw or a queen.
I mean, you've got to. There's a lot that could beat you, though.
I would check and hope that my opponent bluffed, but he did not. He bet, and his opponent folded.
So again, like we talked about, just let's cut away to that. Let's look at Jason Somerville giving our CPT kids an awesome package.
Awesome.
That sounded bad.
That sounded horrible.
Anyway.
If you're playing a final table like that, especially one that's pretty close to winner take all, right? I mean, 10,000 for first. I'm not sure what the payouts are, but it's one of those things where if you're playing that final table, it's important that if you really want it, you put the time in. You practice, you read books, you study hands, you review as much as you can, because the person that prepares the hardest has the highest chance of winning. You know, I mean, it's one of those things where you have to look at your stacks, analyze the situation that's going to be playing around you. You know, you want to kind of be aware of those things and use that information to hopefully do well. You know, don't get overwhelmed by the moment, and try to just you know, enjoy it, but train hard. You know, I mean, that's one of the things that people think poker is one of the things you're just naturally good at, or you're not. That's absolutely not true. You have to work hard, and the person who works hardest is going to have the best chance of winning.
Okay, wow.
I
got something to say about that, because
Yeah,
I played poker against Jason on a Poker Night in America episode, and he's a great poker player. But there's something interesting about him. You know, he eats exactly the same thing at every meal.
Does he really?
A ham
So
sandwich.
you've got that superstition going?
I don't know what it is, but he eats a ham sandwich for every meal. Every meal.
If it works.
You and I have not followed that advice.
Cards are dealt.
What?
4 and 6 fold. 8 fold.
Okay.
So speaking of superstitions, I kind of noticed at the break, and I don't know if the TV audience noticed it all, but Ben actually switched from seat 3 to seat 1. It didn't affect anything,
right?
Because
yeah,
everybody was
yeah,
done.
right.
But he definitely. And at that point, I thought he was on a run at that point.
Yeah.
And he didn't care.
Look at Ben, though.
And look at him.
I'm going to tell you, he just flopped a flush. He's going to take this down. I would check if I were him. Nice. Oh, he won. He bet and he won. I'd be willing to give my opponent an opportunity to hit another diamond if he had an extra diamond, just so I could win a bigger pot in case he didn't. Because if he checks and his opponent hits anything, he's got the best hand unless it's a diamond.
So at what point, though, where you're checking and it's risky that you're going to get outdrawn as opposed to just taking the pot?
Listen, you can't be afraid to win a big pot. That's my rule. And I'm not afraid to win a big pot. I'm not afraid to lose a little bit.
Play to win.
I'm not afraid to lose a little bit to win a big pot either.
I mean, everybody does it a little bit different. I kind of go either way. Depends on what.
I've heard you go either way.
I go all.
Yeah.
I'm glad I've put my foot in my mouth like 5 times.
Yes, you have. Speaking of packages.
9 and 1 fold.
Hi, Kelly. So Kelly's been doing a great job.
Yes.
4 folds.
Someone just told me Kelly is a nurse.
Kelly is a nurse. She does. She does
therapy, I guess.
She does rehab.
Rehab.
So if people get in accidents or somebody has, they have a stroke or whatever, she nurses them back into health.
There you go. Look at this. Ben has 324,000 in chips. He is absolutely dominating.
Uh-oh.
The bearded. Oh my goodness! Don't show that. Do not show that.
Oh, he's fighting.
Oh, that's got to be a little unnerving to sit next to him. I don't know if
I feel like we need.
It's like a guy that has a spit cup, except for his is not spit.
Obviously,
I know that sounded horrible. These guys in the booth.
Playing a home game or something, I'll take a break for him and let him. But when you're in like the WSOP, and when you're in a big event, I mean, you can get up from the table, but the blinds are going.
Yeah.
The blinds are going. No matter.
That sounded horrible, what I just said, and I apologize to everybody that's listening and those that aren't. Anuj, there he is. He is so sick. He is so sick he can hardly. Oh, no.
As he has the kings.
Oh, no. I can't believe what I'm watching here.
This is
Anuj.
Hey,
I got to tell you, I would love to see Anuj win this. This would be so amazing. It's an incredible test of wills.
The flop. Oh, the ace hits on the flop.
Oh.
And he gets
Anuj
the flush on the
river. The flop was 6 ace, 6 4 queen, but 4 clubs, and Anuj had the king of clubs.
Roller coaster continues.
Wow. I think what's happening is people are afraid to win Anuj's chips because they think they might be diseased. I think that's what's happening.
Again, I'm very impressed that he's hanging in, and of course
he is now second in chips. By the way,
just like we talked about, if he would have got up and he would have taken a break, he would have missed those kings.
Yep.
Those kings would have got folded, right? So exactly what we're talking about.
Yep.
Give me 1,000.
That is amazing. I don't even know if I've never seen that before. I don't think I want to see it again though.
None of us have cut the 100s. I would say don't worry about it.
I like listening to him talk. I like hearing the action over there too.
I will tell you this: I was hungry. I was hungry. I'm not hungry anymore. I might rewatch this tape every time I get hungry.
That could go, not virus but viral, maybe.
Yeah.
So who knows? That is I haven't seen many poker events, but this is why we're live.
That's what makes
that
it fun.
would not have made the edited.
No, they would not have let people see that.
You can only see that live.
Yeah, and
you
know what?
Only experience.
We got fireworks. We got people throwing up. We got
fireworks.
We got it all.
I mean, 1 full.
Yeah, us like just putting our foot in our mouth because we're just in shock. So let's get back to the action. So Emil here's going at Queen 5 clubs.
Emil's probably gonna. It's interesting he calls though, with only about 21,000 in chips and the blinds are 2 and 4, and he decides to call with 5x.
So again, you would have been pushing.
8 raises the 15,000 total.
Or folding.
Yeah, because now what's he going to do? He's going to have to call. At least he has an opportunity to push people off their hands if he moves all in. I'm not sure if the ace-6 or the ace-7 would call. They probably would. But if they were slightly weaker with king 10 or something, they're going to fold a better hand than what he has. And this way, he doesn't give him a chance to do that.
Looks like he's going to go. He's going to come in. He's doing the pretty much committed.
Yeah, see, now he ends up calling.
And he's got to go no matter what happens. He's got to put those last ones in the pot. So we pretty much should have an all-in right here. Emil.
Right. Flop is 7-4 deuce. John flops a top pair.
4 folds.
So now he's really short. Yeah, as he's showing. And at this point, anybody can, especially big leaders, can just pretty much, here you go, I'll snap call you with any 2 cards and take you out of the tournament.
Right.
So not much ammunition left there. Poor guy. I mean, honestly, he came in, coming into chip leader to a big tournament like this. It's got to be tough, but he's a good kid and he's pretty strong. Yeah, strong-willed. Met him last night, hung out. Really good guy. He'll be fine.
Sorry. Yeah, playing around.
Down to 6 players.
Not yet.
Cards are
Yeah,
out.
pot 6
Or
up.
5. What do we got? 5 players. I'm sorry.
So we got Jack 6, Jack 5. We got Ace 9 with Ben.
Ben can just
Emil
punish.
Gets, yeah, Ben can pretty much do whatever he wants right now.
4 folds.
Hey, but he's
6
choosing to
folds,
stay out of the way.
8 folds, 9 folds.
Ben raised.
Oh, there he goes.
Just going to take the pot down.
And he's been not playing, so all of a sudden if he starts lighting it up, the rest of the table thinks he's catching a gun.
Mm-hmm.
So he can do whatever he wants at this point.
All right, so if you had to put money down right now, obviously you'd take Ben. What odds would you give if I took the field?
I still think John. I think John's going to grind this out.
You do?
I do. I think John is playing.
Is John still?
John's right here. He's in. You know, just took his helmet off. Just took his hoodie off.
Hold on.
9 calls.
15.
1 fold.
20.
I mean, obviously you would think Ben with the chip stack, but I think it's gonna come. I personally think it's gonna come down to Ben and John. And here we go. We got pocket 10s in, all in. Here's Emil in, all in. Short set.
All in. Okay, let's do it.
We don't have Jason. And wow, the pocket 10s hits a set. Emil stays alive.
He's amazing.
Stays alive.
Again, I only had 20.
Go nowhere.
Saturday Night Fever.
20,000
right here.
So I really got that. But
Talk about a roller coaster ride Emil's been on today.
big line.
Don't count him out, I guess. He keeps hitting that.
So we got. Here's what we got. Let's do a rundown of the players here. John, you're saying, is in seat 9.
Florida State.
Or
He's
8.
he's got the hoodie. He's got the glasses. He's playing not playing a lot of hands. It's 109K.
3,000, 6,000. Next hand.
Jason, Emil, John. So going up the ladder.
Nice. This picture of John that we have does not look like the picture of, not look like what John looks like.
Not at all.
I think that's
These are-
been my problem.
There.
I think that's actually a picture of a different player.
That's John.
No, I don't think so. Come on now. That's okay. Is John the one with the sister that you like?
With the beautiful family. Yes, he is. He's the one with the gorgeous family that all flew in here from Florida.
8 and 9 folds.
Nice.
1 fold.
Emil, let's go. Let's do it, buddy. Put it all in with that 10-8 of clubs.
1 folded.
I'm surprised people aren't playing back at him when he does this limp. If I were Ben, I would just say I'm gonna just keep punishing him. Well done.
Call, 6 check.
Another example. Let's see what the flop is. Flop is Jack 4-8 with 2 hearts.
4 bets.
Anuj flops a flush draw. He's probably going to get it all in. And so is Emil.
Here goes Emil again. Let's see what happens.
There we go. All in. Emil is going to call with a pair of 8s. I think this is why you move it all in pre-flop, because you got a guy with a deuce 3 that's putting all this pressure on you when you actually have the best hand.
But if you're so sure, oh.
And he folds. That's why you don't do that.
Oh, he shows.
That's why.
Shows the bluff. Well, not the bluff.
He just does not have enough chips. I don't like that play. I know
If you
some
hit anything,
players
you
do
hit
it.
any pair, you've got to push right there,
Yeah.
right? If you're that sure.
Well, I don't mind if he checks and lets the guy move all in so he can call, but I'd like just move it in all in pre-flop. You don't. Why would you want to have someone be able to make a play like that against you with the worst hand and have to fold it?
Again, the way that he's been playing, we saw it earlier. What he's doing is he's just trying to catch a draw.
He got one. He flopped the pair, middle pair.
He actually hit. He should have pushed.
He flopped the middle pair.
I think he's just kind of inside his own head right now.
Yeah.
And don't really blame him. Going on this roller coaster ride he's been on. We have an all-in.
Yes. One fault.
4, Jason.
Four calls.
Big blind 6.
I think this could be our last hand. We're going to do a little promo.
Oh, so I call the big blind. All right,
Well, that's
sorry.
right.
You're right.
I'm fascinated by the hand right now. So we got
Yeah.
Ace 10. We got Anuj.
Anuj
Oh, I
folded
like
with
John.
Ace 10. I'm surprised that Anuj folded with Ace 10. I don't understand.
We got Emil. Emil's all in here.
Flop is deuce 10 7.
The kid is hitting.
Okay, everyone check.
I can't see the screen, but if I'm not
Turn
wrong,
is
I
6.
think he hit.
Everyone check.
Okay, go ahead. Just keep going then.
And the river's an ace.
Is this your music?
So Emil's
So
going to
Emil
win.
hits a 6.
With
Of
a
course
6.
he is. Of course he's going to win.
And Anuj folded an Ace 10.
Yeah, he folded the winner.
I don't understand why he has a pretty decent stack. Why he would fold to guys that are short stacked, that are shoving with a really wide range. I'm just not sure.
He's shaking his head in disgust. He
Yeah,
knows
of course he
that-
should be. It's just he
And
most likely had the best hand there pre-flop. He
No, everyone check.
that's a pretty big mistake because Anuj knocks out 2 players right there. If he calls with Ace 10.
Seat 9.
So we lost another player.
Hi guys, Lauren here with Jason Hoffmeier from Binghamton University taking 5th tonight at the final table. Jason, can you walk us through your final match, man?
Well, I mean, King Jack. I mean, I didn't really have much going for. I just shoved, hoped that it would double me up, maybe triple me up if anybody called, and Emil got the 10 on the flop, and well, he had the pocket 10s in general, so good for him. He got the hand, and good luck for the rest of them, and rooting for you, Ben. Hope you win it for our school.
Definitely. What are you going to do now that you don't have to worry about being at the final table?
First, go to the bathroom. I don't know. Can I watch it in a TV room somewhere?
Oh yeah, definitely, of course.
Yeah, over there. I don't know, somewhere.
What are your final thoughts on the CPT?
It's pretty awesome. I'm pretty pleased to have gotten this far and finished 5th. I mean, top 5. I mean, I don't know. 5 is a big, nice number for me, and it's a pretty nice feeling. I feel
Yeah,
pretty
you
good.
definitely did really well in the tournament. Did you want to give a shout out to anybody back home, for anybody who's watching maybe?
You guys are all awesome who watched tonight. Yeah.
All right, guys, we are down to the final 4. Let's get back to the poker table.
Introducing first, entering this final table in 7th place, representing the University of Washington, a warm, husky welcome for Max Manthau.
Hey, I'm Max Manthau, and I'm a senior at the University of Washington. I'm a college athlete. I play tennis at University of Washington, and I'm trying to bring my little big man mentality on the court, trying to bring it to the table. I've been short my whole life, so coming in as a short stack, I might have to play it safe and then push, but if I get back in the game, then I think I might throw out a few false tells.
Introducing in seat number 3, entering this final table in 6th place, representing Adams State University, a warm grizzly welcome for Jake Hughes.
My name is Jake Hughes. I'm originally from West London. I came to the States in 2010. My game plan would probably be just, if I play smart, play my position, play tight, I don't think the chips will come into play too much.
Introducing in seat number 6, entering this final table in 5th place, from Adams State University, a warm grizzly welcome for Isaiah Rubio.
Rubio. I'm senior. I'm representing Adams State University. Sometimes I want to play fast and loose, and sometimes I just want to be conservative and see how everybody's going, you know, fill out the competition. It's important to fill them out, not to fill them up, so, you know, I just got to watch out what I'm doing.
Introducing in seat number 4, entering this final table in 4th place, representing Duke University. A warm Blue Devil welcome for Dennis Zahn.
Dennis Zahn, senior, Duke University. I'm a middling stack. I'm pretty comfortable in that position. I have enough chips to be able to play comfortably for at least 1 or 2 blinds. After that, I'll have to decide, you know, which players are more comfortable and which players I can, you know, try and exploit a little bit. But I'm feeling pretty good coming in. Middle stack is nothing to be worried about.
In seat number 5, after an impressive season, placing in the top 10 in 39 league qualifiers, from Adams State University, a warm Grizzly welcome for Angel Rugg.
I'm Angel Rugg. I'm from Adams State University, and I'm the only female at the final table. My strategy is to go in there and get a feel for how the table's going and go for the good hands and get to heads up and just go for it all.
Introducing in seat number 7, entering this final table in 2nd place, representing UC San Diego, a warm trident welcome for Max Gigante.
I'm Max Gigante, senior at UC San Diego, and I'm 2nd chip count. Feel pretty confident with it. I mean, don't have the pressure of chip leader, and I feel like I'm in a good position to have a good chance at winning this whole thing.
And finally, in seat number 1, entering this final table in 1st place, representing Florida State University, a warm Seminole welcome for Thomas Thornburg.
I'm Thomas Thornburg. I'm from Florida State University, and I'm a sophomore. I'm leading the chip count right now, so I feel pretty confident. Throughout this process, I'm going to try to bully the small stacks and increase my stack size.
30-minute blind levels. You guys ready? All right, back up, shuffle up and deal. Start field. So we're back.
Yeah.
We're back. We're still at 4-handed. We got about 1 minute, 30 seconds, maybe 2 minutes at the most in this level, and then they're going to take a break.
Kick them up.
We'll take it from there. Let's go.
Let's do this thing. I say we play poker. That's what I say. I'm just saying. Ooh, look at that slow motion cutting.
Little strobe light.
I like that.
And here we go.
All right, we got 3-6 blinds going up to 5-10 in about a hand or two.
Oh, ace king for John.
Nice, John. Ben's probably going to play this hand with him.
Ben will play this cautiously with Ben. I mean, you got the chip leaders. This is, I guess, the one time that Emil's going to be out.
Might not. John's going to raise, probably. Let's see. John's been playing really tight. I could see Ben actually folding, believe it or not.
15,000. What did Emil just... Yeah. Gotta assume Emil folded.
Yeah, he's a big blind, and now it's been raised by John to 15,000, playing 3-6.
It's
I
like
could see Ben.
Tom talks as their bodies do exactly what he's thinking.
Isn't it amazing?
It's awesome, actually.
How do I do that?
4 is calling, or 8 is calling.
Emil,
Either
stop
you're
it.
getting
Stop
really
it.
lucky or you're just awesome. Which I'm leaning towards you're awesome.
Emil, just stop acting like you're going to call. Wait, Emil did call. No, Ben called.
No, he's out.
Ben called. Oh, boy.
Oh, here we go.
This is a bad situation for Ben.
Especially because they're both the chip leaders. This could be bad. Could be great for John.
Yeah, well, John's been playing so snug. It's kind of like a king 10. I would probably call, but not like it.
And he does have a good presence. Arm shots here. What am I gonna do?
Raise. 8 is gonna raise.
Ben bet 20. John's gonna raise.
60,000 total.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Right.
This is a tough call.
Just call. Play it safe.
This pot has
John
gotten.
just does not want to see a 10.
This pot has gotten really big, and if a blank comes, they'll probably be all in on the turn.
this actually could be the hand we talk about later as
Yeah.
to who won the whole tournament.
Right.
There.
We see a 10. Oh boy.
Oh my goodness! Just
That is really lucky for Ben.
8 call.
Okay.
Did he snap call? No. Has he decided? Yes, he has.
Yeah.
Wow. John sees the bad news.
Ben needs an ace, or he's. I think he's done.
6 of spades.
I mean, John.
Ben hits.
John needed an ace, is what I meant to say.
Well, we knew that going in. We said this: if these two both hit at
Oh,
some point
boy.
against each other, that could be it.
Sorry, John, you got really unlucky.
John finishes 4th.
That's a pretty bad beat. 3 outs.
That is.
3
And-
outs
and-
to get him out of the tournament.
Absolutely. No, I mean, what can you do about it?
John played great.
He raised pre-flop like supposed to. He got a call. He re-raised. He did everything right. I thought, that was my horse. I thought he played a great game. I really did. Just woke up against the bigger stack with the bigger hand.
Are we going to have an interview with John?
Good. I hope so.
Let's do an interview with John. John played great.
So we're down to 3. We're down to 3. So what do you think? What do you think's going on? What's your
Down to 3, have a monster chip leader, and if Ben plays this right, he will not let he will pick on Anuj because Anuj is playing too tight, and he will play back at Emil, and he'll win this tournament.
Yeah,
if he
that
does
should be the hand. That should be the hand that gave him the tournament. If he plays, and you know what? I think he will. The way he's been playing.
He's playing great, but he
pretty
needs to step up his game a little bit. He has to understand that Anuj is playing extremely tight, hasn't adjusted his game as the players have been reduced, as it's gotten shorthanded, and then he needs to pick on Emil when Emil bets, or he can't let Emil see free flops. He's just got to.
As well as both these other guys have to realize that cannot win this tournament unless I double up through him. They've got to gamble against him. They've got to go.
You want him to gamble?
Stack. Well, I want him to go through a chip stack. I mean, that's the only way you have a chance to win, right?
That's
go
true.
The big guy.
I think you have to get all the chips in this tournament. I think.
Last I heard.
With John Krupilis representing Florida State University coming in 4th place tonight at the CPT table. John, can you give us a breakdown of the hand, man? Like, what happened?
I raised on the button with ace-king, and then he 3-bet me in the small blind with king-10. I just flatted. Probably should have moved all in there. And then the flop, he let out and I called. I don't remember exactly. I wish I would have gotten it all in on the flop, but then he hit 2-pair on the turn and it was over.
Right, yeah, tensions were definitely high. That was an intense round. So, gotta bring up the elephant in the room. Anuj was puking at the table. He had a bucket with him the whole time. Poor guy's not feeling too good. Did that mess up your gameplay at all? I mean, were you grossed out by it, or did it even affect you?
It didn't affect me. I felt really bad for him.
Yeah, poor guy.
It didn't smell or anything, so it wasn't an issue.
Well, that's good. So, what are your plans now that you don't have to worry about being at the final table?
Get some drinks.
Yeah. Maybe get a little shit-faced, start puking yourself a little bit.
We'll see what happens.
Any final thoughts on the CPT this weekend?
It was a great experience, and I'm thankful for everyone for bringing us out here, and it's a great tournament.
Terrific. And any last final shout-outs to anybody back home?
Just my friends back watching, Rob, Tyler, and my sister, and all of them back in Tallahassee watching.
Perfect. Well, John, thank you so much. That was an excellent hand that you played. And we're down to the final 3, guys, so stay tuned, and we will get right back to the poker action. Back to you guys.
So, as earlier, we saw Jason Somerville give our players some great advice.
Yeah.
There's another part 2 to that. So we're going to cut away to that for a little bit while these guys chip up because we're going up line levels.
Part 2.
Part 2. Jason Somerville. Here we go.
If you were in college, do you think you will play college poker tour?
Oh man, I mean, I wasn't in college for too long, but I wish they had a college poker tour because all I did when I went to college was to play online poker. I would go from classroom to classroom, downloading a poker client, playing, and then uninstalling it and going to the next next classroom. So yeah, I was obsessed with poker in college, and I think that finding poker in college changed my life. Of course, I'm not saying that necessarily people should follow my footsteps. Finish your degree, kids, just like my mom would tell you. I didn't, but you know, you should. And so, yeah, for sure, that sounds like an awesome thing, and I really love what you guys are doing with that.
And we're going to keep playing. We have a huge stack at the table against 2 short stacks. This might not last long if things go as planned, I think, for Ben.
Yep.
But as we know, anything can happen. You have to feel great about Anuj surviving, probably throwing up maybe 7 times at the table. Fighting through that.
We're down to 3. And guess who's still here?
The Emil,
Emil,
who's played great, I
got
think.
knocked down. He was almost down for the count.
He
so
was.
You got to give him so much credit for sticking.
There was
in.
a couple times he could have gotten knocked out if people would have played a little differently, a little
Very
better
true.
maybe.
Very true.
Here we go.
6 raises to 18,000.
So Emil is in the small blind and he calls, and then Anuj raises. Okay, finally Anuj is raising, but he's raising with a 3-6. He doesn't do it when he has an ace, but he does do it with a 3-6.
You know, they lost the player down to 3-handed. He's opened up his game.
I like that, but I wish he'd have done that a little earlier when he had the ace when Emil was limping. Now he's raising and Anuj is raising. That's pretty cool.
But again, we're making Emil make a decision instead of him being the one leading out.
And guess what? Casey Thompson is in the hizzy.
Casey Thompson
is in the hizzy.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're in the way of the alcohol here. We're in the way of
yeah,
the top shelf
we're gonna
stuff.
block all this stuff. We don't want
By
any of the
no
viewers
means
to
is
see.
he here to talk to us, ladies and
yeah,
gentlemen.
no.
We've got
we
the
are
top
nothing.
Shelf, the top shelf stuff's behind us.
We're nothing.
So that's how we get Casey to come in and say hi.
No big deal, Casey. Just don't say hi or anything. Just walk on by.
Say hi to the camera.
Oh wow, special glasses are out here too. Nice. No, it's okay. I
Apparently
can't.
we're not allowed to right now on the camera.
We're working.
All right, let's get back to what matters.
Emil is all in for 21K. Anuj decides. Looks like he decides to call with his 3-6.
Okay, I'm confused, but okay.
This is where they decided to make their stand, both of them. Kind of interesting.
Let's see it.
And I'm sure that Ben is loving this because it's going to get down to one player, most likely. Flop is 10-3, Jack, 8
of
King.
Of course, Emil.
Emil is going to pick it up.
Picks it up. This is...
Anuj loses the pot, but he's not out.
There's a story growing here.
Right.
With Emil. I mean, this is fun to watch.
Yeah, much like a couple of bellies at this table, but everything's growing.
His roller coaster ride today has been amazing.
Yeah. Okay, so imagine this. Imagine you got the chip lead. You have 400,000, and your next two competitors have 40,000. They have 10% of your chips. You're going to be sick if you don't win this, and I think Ben will be sick if he doesn't win this. Anuj will be sick if he does win it, because I think he's sick anyway. There's a bunch of sick people,
He's
possibly.
staying sick, no matter. But I do like the different storylines, and I do like the eclectic way, the different styles that we've seen play.
Yeah.
I think Ben's obviously been just real solid all the way through. Emil's on that big roller coaster ride, and of course Anuj's sick, and he's playing through all kinds of adversity.
Yeah. You know what? I have a Imodium outside. I wonder if he would like that. I'm serious. I'm dead serious. I have
Pass
one
it
of
by
those
his
in
dad.
his doctor.
19 total.
Anuj
One full.
raises to 19 with deuce 8.
Deuce 8.
And Ben folds with 3-8. He had him killed, dominated. Hard to believe.
There's no way he can know that.
No, I understand. That just tells you the game's on the square. Right? That's all that tells you.
So he's out, right? Alright, see ya.
Oh no, here we go again, guys. This poor kid.
The worst thing Ben can do is make a big mistake and get somebody double up somebody by playing.
That's the worst thing that could have happened.
Kind of stupid, because right now he's got him right where he wants him.
Making us jealous? No, I'm good. I'm good. So
Yeah, he's not gonna. He shouldn't be getting too involved with hands like that. Let the other guys beat each other up.
I'll just have this shit.
Well, yeah, the blinds aren't so big compared to a stack that he needs to worry about it.
And I don't want to say it's a race for second because you just never know what could happen in poker. Heads up, one double up, two double ups.
My understanding is second doesn't pay very much. I hear it pays 0.
Well, it's a big first place prize.
I know that's what I'm saying. I don't think second place is really much of a race. Anuj is just holding. It's like it's gonna Mount Vesuvius, is what we'll call him.
I'd like, this. Here we go. This should be Emil here.
Emil's got ace jack. He's probably gonna take it down here.
One bet 16,
all in, he says.
4 goes all in.
25.
Ben said all in, didn't he? No.
35.
Ben's not calling off suited connector, right?
No.
Not the way he's been
I'll
playing.
just say total. 35, 38.
Yeah, I mean, just body language alone.
40 total.
40 total? 40,000 total.
Yeah, I guess he gets to Hollywood it for a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah, but...
There you
You know, I got to tell you, he had 30,000 into a 70,000 pot. I think he's supposed to call there.
Really?
He's getting greater than 2 to 1. He's probably not that big of a...
This is where you teach us.
Yeah,
this is where you
he's
teach us across America.
He's getting greater than 2 to 1, and he's probably never, unless his opponent has an overpair.
Yeah,
he's
so messed up. Like,
he was
why are you
probably
saying
about a
close to
70-30, and he was getting 2 to 1.
You're eating you know who I am.
About right. It's close.
I'll go.
Who goes bananas?
You just don't want to get too carried away with those kind of hands because you start feeling like an idiot if you don't do it.
Eat an entire box to myself.
There they go
once
with
I
the
get up.
pizza. They're
There's pizza finally here.
Stop.
What kind of a joint are they running
Let's
here?
see how much the pizza
I think the pizza
affects the play.
Well, I think the pizza should be free because it had to have been ordered like 5 hours ago.
That might be true, but either way, the aroma of the pizza, see how it affects the players because
Yeah.
they're obsessed with it.
They care more about the pizza than the 10K.
You know, of course, you got Lauren just bringing a piece of pizza right next to the table.
Wafting the fumes right in front of him.
Oh, it's the meme. Sorry.
All of a sudden, you know,
That's my bad.
he's feeling a little better.
It's kind of cool. We got 2 guys with the names that I've never heard of, Emil and Anuj.
Anuj. I know, and I apologize, Anuj,
I like
to your
that.
family. If I've been screwing that up on that, I apologize.
Well, I might be screwing it up.
Check.
Emil hitting the hand here.
8,000.
You should probably take this down.
Yeah. Go take a break.
Oh, don't show. He shows. Don't show. They are going to take a break now. Down to 3 because I guarantee it's because of the pizza.
You know what? That's the best
Guaranteed.
reason to take a break.
Guaranteed. So we are taking a, let's just be honest, we're taking a pizza break.
Hi guys, you know me, I'm Lauren. I'm here interviewing Patrick, the executive director of the College Gaming Tour. Patrick, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I'm really excited. How could you not be excited? All these people out here, everyone's come out. We've watched some amazing poker. We have seen some drama. I think no one would anticipate Anuj and how much tenacity this kid has.
This guy's literally my hero right now.
I mean, he's kind of my hero too. He's literally over there. He's hurled over. He's doing everything he can to just kind of keep himself up and stay focused and all of that. And he actually is one of the chip leaders. He's I mean, we're literally here at the end, and he's going to be there at the very end.
Absolutely. He's made it to the final 3 and has literally been barfing almost the entire day and is powering through it. This guy is not letting that stop him.
No, he's not.
Did you see this coming at all? I mean...
Well, Anuj, he's a smart kid, Miami University. He is a finance major. This guy, back, you know, in the last couple of days hanging out with him, he's proven that he is a smart kid. He definitely has the chops to be able to do this. Keep in mind, all these kids that arrived here today, they've had a season of being able to play. I mean, we're talking about daily qualifiers, the national championship qualifiers that happen on a weekly basis. They proved week in and week out that they were the best college players in the country. So the fact that they're all here today, it's no surprise to me. The fact that they're competing now for this title is, you know, it's testament to how much effort they put in through the course of the year.
Oh, it's pretty exciting. And we're even seeing the lead chip leader, Emil, I mean, coming in, you know, at last right now with, you know, the minimum amount of chips. So it's insane. But anyways, I mean, this event really at the end of the day is all about having fun.
Well,
so can you give us, I mean, what's going on right now? Tell people.
Well, actually, if we're going out of break, I'd love to tell people, first of all, College Gaming Tour, we are blowing up. We're not only now in poker, we're now in esports, we're now in fantasy sports. We got kids all across the country that are getting really excited about this. Participate. What you do right now is go to collegegamingtour.com. Go see any of our partner sites, NCSPA, Collegiate Star League, College Poker Tour. I mean, we got a lot going on. Come get excited, get involved, and get your program in.
Definitely. And don't forget to follow us on Twitch if you haven't done so already to keep up on all the latest CPT news, guys.
All right, Patrick, who do you think is going to win?
Yeah, Patrick, who do you think is going to win, man?
Yeah, at this point, I'm going with the mill.
Yes!
I mean, there you go. Thank you.
Coming in hard.
Cards are out. goes all in.
One wants nothing to do with it.
One fold.
10, 20, 30, 33.
One fold. 10, 20, 30, 33, 50.
Anuj is all in. Here we go. Emil's
2 folds. 4 folds.
4 folds. Okay.
At least you don't have a pizza this time.
So we're back on
I know you're about to torture me with walking out questions or whatever the hell.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back live
Excellent.
from Paradise Valley, Arizona. College poker 2015.
I'm gonna come over there and drop kick.
We're on.
We're on? Okay. All right, sweetie. See you soon.
Tell me there's answers.
So as you hear in the background,
I would
Tom
really
is
hope
an
there's not.
extremely romantic man. So you kind of heard him call his wife, his girlfriend, sweetie. By the way,
Fiance.
Fiance, congrats. By
Yeah,
the way.
thank you.
The pizza break has commenced. Everyone's happy.
Got it. Okay. One fold.
Have we started playing poker already?
We've started. We actually just had an all-in.
Hey, I got pizza in my mouth.
Don't worry, I got you, buddy.
It's really hard for me to criticize people's play when I got pizza in my mouth.
I had you covered.
All right, hope she.
Everyone folded.
Okay, cool. I don't want to get pizza on the microphone though.
I'm not
I
yelling
got you.
at you.
Take
I'm
your
just
time.
talking
We're
about
good. People at home probably getting a little bit hungry. Like, geez, that sounds good right now.
You
Especially
want
if
me to
people
yell
are watching us on the East Coast.
Yes.
So our blinds are 4-8. We are finally kind of
4-8.
That's what I'm looking at. It's according to the screen. So that's
Okay.
gotta
We said
be
we're going to
changing.
5-10
I can't
for now.
imagine that's not changing anything.
This is going to have some action here.
Yeah, here we go. So all in from Anuj.
And one
And
call.
of course Ben with the chip stacks going to snap call.
Of course, you better.
And Ben has the
Here
lead
we go.
going in. We can be down to heads up after this hand. And Anuj could finally take a break, but let's see what happens. We got an 8, a 3, a 5,
Anuj.
a 10, and a king. So Ben's hand holds up. We're going to heads up. Got our third place.
Yeah.
Anuj has battled
Well done.
his stomach virus or whatever he's got going on all day long. Even before the game started, he was having problems. So good for him. He should be very, very proud of the way he hung in there.
Hi guys, I am here with the man of the hour, no joke, Anuj Quattra, representing Miami University, coming in 3rd place tonight at the CPT. How are you feeling, man?
I don't know, really. It was a tough time at the table. Didn't feel too well. Probably affected my play a little bit. Just couldn't last.
Yeah. I know I'm not speaking for myself when I say you are seriously my hero. You powered through the entire round, not giving up a stride, dude. I mean, really, all of us here are so proud of you. You pulled off an incredible play.
I appreciate that.
So what are your plans now that you don't have to worry about the... Uh-oh.
I gotta jump in here. If there is a fucking MVP in the CPT, it's this man to your left right now.
Anuj is the man of the
This
hour.
guy has been puking tableside. Normally in poker, you eat tableside. This guy is puking tableside, just the opposite, and holding strong. I just wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah.
Ryan Johnson, All In Magazine. This is one of my favorite CPT players ever. I'm sorry that. This cat's going to be in the hospital in about an hour from now.
Yeah, seriously, guys, and you still managed to come in 3rd. Like, it's an incredible feat, guys. I mean, just incredible. I'm speechless. So, what is your favorite memory coming out of all this? How was the CPT weekend for you?
Oh, I mean, the weekend was fantastic. All In CPT did such a great job putting the events together. The house is great. The event here tonight was great. I mean, the whole event, I'm going to remember this weekend forever.
Definitely. And do you want to give a shout out to anybody at home in Miami?
Well, I actually want to thank my friends in Youngstown, my sisters, for watching. I really appreciate it, and thanks for watching, guys.
And, dude, I definitely got to give you a hug before I sign you off, man. You're just... That was amazing. All right, guys, we are down to the final 2. Who's going to win? Let's go back to the poker action, guys.
Wow. That's what I have to
Did
say.
we all realize that the host, the best host ever, Ryan, we loved it. That Just
literally
for
punching a guy that's been sick.
shaking
Yeah.
him and
What is he
patting him on the
thinking?
stomach.
I don't know. I don't know.
He could not wait for that interview to get over faster.
Yeah,
But
Anuj was like, get me out of here.
Great interview nonetheless.
Yeah.
Great job, buddy.
I'm Thomas Thornburg. I'm from Florida State University, and I'm a sophomore. And I love facing other people from other colleges, especially representing FSU. It's just nice to see other students around the nation as interested in poker as I am. I just feel like we all have the same mindset of trying to just play poker and representing our school. I just walked in and everyone was happy and stuff, and I just see the huge college poker tour just table sitting there, and I just feel like royalty probably. And I don't know if I'm ever gonna like reach this point in my life again, you know, because like it's amazing.
Yeah, let's do this.
Well, heads up.
4 and
Let's get right
8,000. Look at the stacks, 464 to 64,000.
What do you? How many hands? 3 hands before this is over?
I don't know, because if Emil wins one pot, then
he's back.
we're off to the races. But Emil pretty much is going to have to move all in if he wants to play.
If you're Ben, do you just make Emil wake
Thank
up with
you.
a hand?
My fiance has joined us in the studio, Kathy, love of my life. Oh, I got an aw from her. Are we playing? We're playing poker. We're back to poker.
That's okay.
But they haven't dealt yet, so whatever.
They just dealt. Here we go. Finally,
Okay.
heads up. So you are kind of. This is what we go through on a live situation. So,
They do look a little more serious too.
I mean, it's coming
Yeah.
down to it. Can you imagine Emil right here?
You know, Ben is the youngest guy I think that we have here. He's 19.
He is?
But he's the old. I swear I thought he was 35 when I met him.
He is. And we also have the other kind of storyline here. We've got, Florida State representing again in final table. Heads up, just like last year. Thomas won last year.
Emil,
We've got a King 9 with Emil. 4 to go.
I would like an all-in here from Emil.
That's a good hand. Heads up for Ben too. Jack 8 suited.
Yeah.
Great heads up hand. Oh my goodness! So Ben flops a set of 8s.
Once again, if Emil moves all in, he picks up this pot with no contest.
Oh no! Oh, you're talking pre-flop.
Yes, of course. Now a 7, Ben's going to put a little bet, and I'm sure Emil's going to fold.
3-bet 15,000.
He should fold. I don't like that call, even though he's got a straight draw.
Okay.
That's why I don't like that call. It's very possible that this could be Emil's last hand. And Kathy could have brought Emil to his end.
Is this it?
It's pretty hard not
There
to
it
call
is.
here.
We got a call, and we have a winner.
He hasn't called yet. Relax.
He's got a call.
I think he will call.
I thought I saw a call.
I think he will call. I think this will be all over. So,
Unfortunately, we cannot see Emil right now. Kelly, okay. Hold on. I'm on.
that's it.
That's it. So we were right. So was he called?
I believe so.
Sorry, live. This is so anticlimactic the way we are doing this.
It's not. It's a big winner. Winner, winner. Chicken dinner.
3-bet 40,000.
Did Emil call?
Yeah, they both showed up their cards.
I think so. However, it's possible that maybe there was a certain bet and he didn't move all in. We don't know that. So it's possible that Ben bet some number and Emil called but not all in. So he has 1 chip left. I think that's what's happened.
Okay, so that's
Ben bet a specific amount, evidently.
Which did not put him all in.
It did not put him all in.
There's a really good chance that Ben's gonna hold up here.
Yes, I would say that's a safe bet.
I know that chip in a chair, there's a phrase chip in a chair, but that's a little extreme.
The reason that there is that phrase, just to let you know, is that Jack Strauss, a long time ago, moved all the chips that were in front of him in during the World Series of Poker.
Okay.
And then he got beat. He got up, picked up his drink, And underneath his napkin, he had a chip. He ended up winning the main event doing that.
Never knew that story. So here we
So,
are. I mean, listen,
yeah.
this has been great. This has been so much fun to watch Emil's story too, because again, can't imagine he imagined himself heads up coming in, but not in this situation.
Right. There's a few opportunities where Emil could have pushed all in right there. He could have pushed all in. He'd still have his chips. But it doesn't look good for Emil.
I'm still waiting for an hour.
Emil has 1,000. Ben has 539,000.
Put 1,000 in.
He's all in. Well, we all in blind, obviously.
We're all in.
Oh, don't even look. There it is.
Okay, cards are out. Did you get them on the monitor?
We did not.
No, I didn't.
Put them on your screen.
Dang.
Here comes the flop. Let's see what happens.
And we're going to see a 5 right here on the flop, and it's all over. Oh, no. Emil could double up again to...
Oh, my goodness.
Wow. Emil's got 4,000 now. Emil needs to double up so many times
You
in a
see
row.
him double up with attitude? Look at that. He's positive.
Yeah, Ben's a little
He's got
worried.
attitude. Give me the chips.
Ben feels something
Ship
slipping
it.
right now.
Ship it. That's what he's saying. He's saying that to the chips.
So they're both putting their 4,000.
He got the eyebrows. What has he got to lose?
Right.
This is good.
It's 4.
He's up to 10K.
No, how can he be up to 10K? He's got 4. He's got 4,000.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Barely. Like, barely. So slim because you're gonna have the dealership by then. Alright, got you.
Yes.
Well, everything going on, just got to keep reminding.
Ben is looking older and older as I watch him. I think he's like a 35-year-old dude.
Emil Jack King suited. Ben 5'7".
They both are all in again.
7 is all in with the small.
I think Ben has him covered by a little bit.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Ben is not in jeopardy of being knocked out on this particular hand.
Okay.
He knows he's
Watch,
so close.
Like if I get out of this.
And the flop is
5-7.
2-4-9. There's the ace. There's the 5.
It's all over.
There's the 5. Ben hits the 5 on the river. Ben is our very new college poker champion. Congratulations.
Yeah. He's Binghamton. Is what he is.
Yep.
Binghamton, yeah.
But ladies and gentlemen, 19 years old. He's only a sophomore, so he has a very good shot of coming back next year. You never know.
He had a nice trip out there as well. Picked up 10,000. I think we should probably have an interview with.
Check it out.
We should probably have an interview with Emil.
Absolutely. In fact, that's the one I want. I want to interview. I want to interview him.
Why don't you do that? I would love to
see
see you get involved in that.
He's that was a great story watching him. I mean, from chip leader coming in, everybody was fearful of him. Took a huge hit, went down. I mean, he literally at one point it was 4 big blinds, right?
He had 1 chip, 1,000.
Well, after that, I'm talking even before, he was down like 4 big blinds.
Right.
And he kept playing like he was a big stack, and people, they just kept bailing.
Yeah.
He built himself. He went heads up.
A lot of hugs, a lot of happiness.
Yeah, and again, that
some
was,
beer,
that
some
was a lot of
pizza.
fun. That was a lot of fun.
Some fireworks, some technical difficulties.
We had it all night. We had we had puking.
Yes.
We had live sick.
You know, we had packages too.
We had packages galore. We had lots of packages.
Yes.
Hi guys, the moment is finally here. I'm with the 2015 runner-up CPT, Emil Aceto from, Florida State University, man. How are you doing? What's running through your head right now?
I won't lie, there's a lot of things running through my head right now.
Yeah, dude.
It hasn't stopped stressing since I sat down at that table.
Yeah, it's seriously. Chip leader, what is this like? Yeah, coming in as chip leader, I mean, how has this been? What is it like for you?
You know, I've only played poker for 2 years, and I haven't played on that big of a level ever before, but I've never had that big of a chip lead going into that kind of tournament, and I wish I would have played it a little better early on. I know I could have, but, you know, I'll always do better next time.
Yeah, you definitely did not go down without a fight. I know everybody was really looking up for you, man. Yeah. Definitely. So, yeah, how's the CPT experience been for you overall?
Overall, this has probably been one of the best experiences I've ever had. Not just coming to Arizona either. Like, I'm talking about just the whole foundation of CPT and all in media. Like, all of you guys are seriously like a great group of people, and I can't wait to be a part of it more.
Definitely. What are your plans for the rest of the night? Are you going to go grab some drinks? Going to go grab some food? What's on the agenda?
You know, I'm only 20, so I can't go grab any drinks. But I'm going to go talk to my girlfriend and my mom and talk to everybody that's been trying to support me.
Definitely. Speaking of that, did you want to give a shout out to anybody before I let you go, man?
I would love to. Lauren, I love you. Mom, you're great. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you, Lori Diego. You're also amazing. And Ashley Diego. And all my friends from back home, Perry, Jesse, MB, Kip, Sam, all the boys that supported me. Thank you.
All right, guys, signing out. Emil.
We're going to talk to you first, Emil.
Awesome.
Is it Emil?
It is Emil, actually.
Emil?
Yes, Emil.
We've been calling you the wrong name the whole time. That could be why you didn't do so well. So I noticed a few things. One is that a champion never quits, and to go in with a full stack to be the chip leader and then get knocked down with a really big hand and then fight back is pretty impressive. It didn't turn out all right for you, but I love the way you handled it.
You know, I could try to handle that a lot better. Like, I could have done it a lot better, but I am proud of the way that, like, I stuck there till the runner-up. I didn't expect making it second. I'm not going to lie. I was very, very nervous I was going to be knocked out way earlier than that, but, you know, it was I had a great time just being second overall.
There were a few hands when you were you had an ace and it were down to short-handed and you were short-chipped and you didn't shove all in a few times. I was wondering what you were thinking there.
Honestly, I didn't think many people would call me. I knew that they didn't want me to get the chip lead again or anywhere close to that. Like, they were telling me that the entire game. You know, they was always asking me what my chip count was, and every time it kept getting higher, I kept getting more size. But, you know, maybe if it would have worked out, like, I could have shoved all in. I got to look back at it. I can't wait to go watch and see how exactly I played. But, you know, I'm definitely going to learn from how I played, and I'm going to watch it all, and I'm going to take it in. And I'm not going to come back. If I come back next year, I'm definitely not going to come back and not give just as big of a fight, maybe even more.
Cool. Yes.
Okay, listen, all I want to say to you is, honestly, God, thank you. You took us on a journey tonight of a ride. You went from, I mean, it doesn't happen that often that the beat that you took you were down to 4 big blinds.
Yeah.
And you made your way up to heads up. I mean, honestly, God, as a poker player, as a fan of the game, and the fact that you're so young and you're learning, and the fact this interview was great because, I mean, him and I were going back and forth all day on what your plan was. I don't know. I think this is this is that, this is this. You did a fantastic job. So I just want to say thank you.
No, thank
you. You did a great job. You entertained us all. And, dude, this is just the beginning for you.
I can't wait to have more.
All right?
Literally, thank you for making me a part of the CPT.
Congratulations, man. Congratulations. All right, let's do this. Where's our, there we go, Big Ben. Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you. First of all, let's just go right to it. What are you feeling? What are you feeling right now?
Pretty great. Relieved, to be honest, sitting
Yeah.
at the table with all these guys trying to knock you out. It's a little stressful,
Sure.
but now that we're here, now that it's finally over, it's just relief primarily. But I'm sure the excitement will kick in very soon.
One thing I'm going to tell you, just on a commentator point of view, is you played solid. You're probably the most all-around solid player. When you had the big stack, you kind of backed off. You let everybody kind of beat each other up. You played like a pro tonight. And so, I mean, Tom's our big professional. I'm going to give it over to him. But I want to say thank you to you, too, for just playing a great game, giving College Poker Tour a great reputation with guys like you coming in and playing. So thank you very much, man.
It's a great
Thank you,
compliment.
okay? Here's Tom.
All right, so Ben, you're 19?
Yes.
Okay. All right, and so I'm going to ask a non-poker question. How long have you had this beard?
I started, I shaved for Halloween, and this is where it's at now.
Oh, nice.
2 weeks.
Nice. And when did you, could you start it at 16?
It got there at 16. I shaved very frequently, but now.
Nice. I like that. I did also, so that's really important to me. I don't know why, but I thought you played great. And you know what? You didn't ever get impatient. You folded sometimes when I think you could have called, but you decided to wait. Tell us about that.
Well, because the way I was thinking is that there were hands that I folded that I felt I had a greater than 50% chance at winning where I had the best of it. but it was pre-flop and it would have taken a large portion of my stack most of the time, so I figured I'd rather wait for either a more certain opportunity or an opportunity worth less of my stack until I could do it. It was really patience and waiting for an opportunity that guaranteed me to progress rather than taking a coin toss.
And how different did you play this tournament versus a tournament where there might be a pay scale where they might pay 4 or 5 or 6 positions instead of just one?
Very similar. I played very similarly. For this type of tournament, I probably should have taken more risks because it is the only spot that matters is first place.
Right.
But I chose not to do that. I chose to play what I knew, and it worked out.
And sometimes I've played in tournaments where I knew I was going to win. Did you ever have that feeling where I know I'm going to win, it's just a matter of getting through the process?
Absolutely not. Well, when I hit 250,000 chips, I kind of acknowledged that this is over. I just have to finish it. But
I mean, just your 250 to his 2,000?
No, when I had.
Is that when you knew you had it?
No, when I had over half the chips in play. That was when I was like, all right, now I just have to close this out. But you still have to close it out. I was on the edge of my seat until it was over. But logically speaking, over half the chips means I have a huge advantage, but it's not over till it's over. A double up or two puts anyone in league with me.
Right. And one of the things I think as a player is you have to understand that poker tournaments are a process, and some people try to speed up the process and gather chips way too fast and say, I just want to get this over with, whereas I felt like you played great and just waited for the opportunities to come to you.
Absolutely. If I tried to force hands, if I tried to bluff people off hands too often, it doesn't work. Because this is the final table, they want to win just as much as I do, so they're probably playing rather tight. So it doesn't make sense to try to bluff people that are keeping good hands. It just makes sense to sit, wait until I have the opportunity to strike.
Right. Okay, so one really strange question, and I'm sorry, I may never be able to do this again, but you had somebody at the table really sick and not doing so well and throwing up at the table, and I got to tell you, that's going to bother me. I don't know, how did it affect you?
Well, I was impressed because he played pretty good poker while throwing up, and I was like, that's a skill I don't think I could do. So
right.
all the props in the world for him to be able to do that. I was on the other side of the table, so it didn't really affect me much.
Right.
I have a pretty decent tolerance for that type of event.
Wow.
So I mean,
that's the word. We were looking for that word.
So it did. So I was fine the whole time. If I was sitting next to him, maybe it would have been a different story. But for me, it was okay. He was on the other side. Couldn't really smell it.
Executive Director of College Poker Tour, Brad Lawson.
Ben Breban, on behalf of the entire College Poker Tour, all the crew at All In Media, all of our sponsors out there, I'd like to present to you the 2015 National Championship Trophy. And we have
Get inside. Get inside. Paul. Right here.
Down there.
One more. Thanks.
And that is not it. We have something else for you. I'd like to present to you the $10,000 scholarship.
Photo right here. All right, everybody in. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Great. Brad, give us a closeout to the 2015 season.
This is it. Our national champion, 2015, Benjamin Breban from Binghamton University. Congrats, Brad. Well done. Any last words?
I'd just like to thank everyone that helped me get here. My parents, my friend Lex for driving me, Sklansky for writing a great poker book. I forgot if it's David or Daniel, but that helped quite a bit. I'd also like to thank E.G. Vaca for helping host this and all my friends back home for supporting me through this and probably watching at home. Thank you very much. Good night.
Good job, buddy.
Good night. Drive safe.